The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 179, being recorded on November 25th, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks a Lot. Today, I'm joined by the HGP Crew plus one. My great friend from the Great White North, the Snow Mexican himself, Ryan Gibson, is back. Welcome back, Canadian!
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Horrible Gamers. Let's do it.
That's right. And from the West Coast to Best Coast, two of my friends. First off, hailing from the great state of California. Well, not so great. I mean, it's an okay state. But
it's all right. It's meh. They got legal marijuana, so I guess it's okay.
It's okay, but we have that here too. Anyways, Gunny Chief, welcome back, Henley.
Hello, horrible people, and happy holidays.
Happy holiday, eh? And from the Pacific Northwest, like myself, but not in Oregon quite. He's in Washington. Mark, a.k.a. Wingman709, from this Xbox Live podcast. Welcome, Wingman!
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Yay!
Great.
Wingman is here this week, guys, because he's going to redeem himself from all the horrible things we said about him last week.
We talked about him last week, or was it the week before?
Sometime.
No, last week, wasn't it?
Last week. I'm here to school you guys.
But before that goes on, guys, you can follow us on Twitter at _horriblegamers. Leave us a voicemail at 971-319-1421. And check out our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. That's where all our people that listen to the show get together, game and stuff. And the network that we're on is Hush Your Face, hushyourface.com. Go check out the other shows on there, like the Horribly Awkward Podcast and the Nerderwells Podcast. You can always email us at feedback@horriblegamers.com. And our intro song is done by Fowler and TwistX. It is called Breakouts. Guys, let's talk about video games this week and what we've been playing, what I've been playing, what you've been playing. I'm going to start off with what I've been playing this week. I've been playing a game called Assassin's Creed Origins.
I played that.
You played
I played that too.
Great game.
Everybody's played that, I think.
Everybody's playing that right now.
Should be playing it. It's the best one.
I
It's a good
haven't
game.
played it.
It's a good game.
Well,
I mean,
What's wrong with you?
yeah.
The only one that has get off this show.
This is the Assassin's
I
Creed
don't have
podcast.
I hear that. Buddy.
This is the Assassin's
Christmas
Creed.
coming up with 3 kids. It's and I bought my Xbox One X, so I don't have any money for games.
Well, maybe you'll get Assassin's Creed for Christmas.
Or maybe
I'm
one
hoping.
of your community listeners will gift it to you, huh? Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, I am their favorite host, right?
Assassin's Creed Origins, guys, continues to be a great game to play. Every time I play it, I seem to find something new in the game that I didn't know was there, or like I go into a new area of the world or something different happens, and I'm just like, wow. It just amazes me every time that I play this game. I'm having a blast playing it. That's all I could say. If you haven't played this game, or if you haven't played any Assassin's Creed game lately, I suggest you go and pick this up, because it is a good game. It is well done, very well done by Ubisoft.
I have to say, I think it's the best one in the series.
Yeah, it's...
To be honest.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
It's really good. My biggest issue with it is I get a little bit bored of it.
At times.
And the thing is I picked up Shadow of War and I started playing that, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm playing the exact same game I was just playing. It's just like all the controls are backwards now.
Yeah.
Everything is XXX on
Shadow of War.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the
And everything's
X
bumpers on Assassin's Creed.
Bumper and right trigger. Yeah,
bumper
that's all
right
you
trigger.
need.
But the game is fun. It continues to be fun. I'm having a blast with it, dude. All the loot, the stuff you get, the purple loot, you're just picking up new weapons every time you kill somebody. It's like, oh, new weapon here, new armor here. Break this down, upgrade your guy. A lot of things going on there. But besides that, I played a lot of other games. Like this week, I played with Braun and Brink. Braun is from TXL as well, and Brink is from this podcast. I played Battlefield 4 with them yesterday and Battlefield 1. We started off with Battlefield 4 because we kind of missed it. I was playing it the night before on Thanksgiving night, and I told Brink, you know what, we should play some Battlefield 4 sometime, and he got on yesterday and he played with me. Battlefield 4 holds up very well. I just wish that game got an update for the Xbox One X. I really do. Like, that game would be perfect. All it needs is
What do you
an
mean?
update.
What do you mean an update?
Just like a graphical update to make it look
okay.
prettier.
Like
you know?
enhanced.
Yeah, I mean, it looks okay, but it still looks like a 360 game at this point. You know what I mean? It looks dated, but it holds up. The gameplay holds up very well. All the mechanics in the game still run very well. Like the guns feel good, the tanks, the planes, the helicopters. You know, all that stuff is still in the game and it's still fun. It's just that I wish it had the graphical upgrades that the Xbox One X can push. But besides that, the game is fun still. And I'm kind of hoping that the next Battlefield they do is a modern setting after playing that game. I was like, you know what? The next Battlefield needs to be like a modern warfare type of setting. It can't be futuristic. It can't be a stupid Battlefield World War II crap. It has to be modern, I think.
Now that Call of Duty's gone to the past, Battlefield has to go to the future?
No, Battlefield doesn't have to go to the future. It has to go to modern times. That's all I'm saying. Just put us in modern times, man, like Battlefield 4 did. Just put us against Russia or whoever the fuck they want to make the enemy, and just have normal modern warfare type setting, you know, not futuristic. I'm not saying jetpacks and wall jumping and all that shit. I'm just saying keep us in a modern setting, because I think if they lock that down, they're going to have players on Battlefield 1, they're going to have players on the new one, and just keep it like that, you know. And release a Battlefield game where you just release updates for a left and right, man, because Battlefield 1, it's fun, but it definitely needs some updates at times. There's a lot of balancing issues in that game where they'll release a gun and the gun is like OP, so everybody uses it and you see everybody on the map with the same gun, and that's kind of annoying. But hey, what can you do, right? It's like
maybe they should just add some more loot crates to it.
They should.
I would know.
So,
No loot crates.
Don't give EA any ideas. No. But yeah, shout out to Brink and Brun, because it was a total blast playing with them. I mean, we kind of got our butts handed to us when we were playing with Brun. And I forget who he was. Somebody he invited to the party. I don't remember who. Someone he always plays with. I can't remember the name. No, not Nighthawk.
No.
The dude who's always playing Slime Rancher. What's his name? Cornbread. Cornbread.
Yeah.
He invited him to the party, and we were playing Battlefield 1.
What's up, Cornbread?
Yeah, we got our butts handed to us. But once they left, I mean, me and Brink, we played Horse Warfare Simulator, and we got on the horses for the whole match, and we won. We actually got top squad.
Nice.
Horses for the win.
Horses is the best technology ever made for warfare.
I like just running around in Battlefield 1. I'm like, forget it. Keep your horse. I'm just going to run around and...
No, the horse is good, man. You pull out that spear, you're stabbing people as you're running at them, and so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
Besides...
I did get the premium pass for that. That's on sale.
Yeah,
for Black Friday.
$15. Fucking ridiculous. That's so cheap.
Yeah, dirt cheap.
Wolfenstein 2, guys. I played a little bit of that today. I kind of started at the beginning of that game. And man, that intro is so fucked up. That intro is just so
Isn't it messed
dark,
up?
dude. I was like,
just wait, dude. You haven't even seen the beginning of it yet.
I was like, this is so dark. Like, I don't want to play this. I was like, I'm gonna start crying over here. I feel so.
Are you talking
depressed.
about the scene when he's a kid?
Yes, when he's a kid and all that shit's happening. I'm like, dude, this is way too dark. How the hell did you even pull this off in a game? This is horrible. I just don't know how they did that. How they were able to like get an M rating on that game with all that crap going on. It's just weird. But the game is dark. And then the first mission is pretty cool with you when you're in a wheelchair and you're running around shooting people with your machine gun and you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking cool.
Yeah. Oh man, that game gets better too. It's like,
it's a gory game.
And it splits two different ways, depending on, there's a choice that you have to make. And yeah, depending on who you save, you could go down two different stories.
Yeah.
And I think I saved Wyatt.
Did you?
And that's the guy that goes on the acid trip.
Is that the younger one?
Man, it's crazy.
You said the younger one or the older one?
Yeah.
Because I saved the younger kid, whatever the fuck his name was. I didn't save the old guy.
I think that's Wyatt.
Yeah.
I think that's the same guy. And he goes, yeah. I don't want to spoil anything.
We'll see what happens.
Don't spoil it because I haven't even played it yet.
That intro, though, is going to get you, man, if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And another game that I played this week, guys, Battlefront Casino Simulator 2. I played this game. Yeah, I played it. I played it last week. I played it this week. I played it more today. I'm not sure about this game. The campaign was really fun.
I'm hearing the campaign is just bad or just not a great story.
What?
I mean, that's what I'm hearing from some of the people in the community.
What the fuck? They're crazy. Don't listen to those people.
I've heard the opposite.
A couple
I've heard
people.
that the campaign's actually pretty good, but
the campaign is amazing. It's a great campaign. I really loved it. I love the campaign.
Yeah.
I love that whole story.
I mean, you played the campaign, right?
Yeah.
I loved it. I actually felt that I even stated, I said, completed the campaign, and I will probably play it again just because I enjoyed it so much.
Definitely. And I am too, Wingman. I am too.
Yeah. I mean, so the things that are getting ripped on it, from what I've heard a lot of people complain from the official gaming media, if you will. They don't like the story. They feel it's, cut up and all these different things. Now, I will say this. What I didn't like was I felt, and I'll try not to spoil anything, or I'm not intending this as a spoiler, but I feel like they did the same thing that Halo 5 did. They did their marketing in Halo 5 as this battle between freaking Master Chief and whoever the other numbnut was. I forgot it. Locke,
Loki?
right?
Locke.
Locke, and they're going after each other, and they're going to be this big battle. And it turns out that when they finally get together, they're like, "Oh, hey, let's team up and be buddies." You're like, "What?"
No, we're best friends.
It was just ridiculous, and it was like not what was marketed. This game has been marketed as you're going to play this Imperial person, and you're going to be on the dark side, and I was like, that's kind of cool, and that's about 1/5, if that much, of the campaign.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, what? So the campaign, again, kind of did that. It wasn't what they marketed it to be. So I was kind of like, well, that kind of sucks. But I still really liked the game. But I don't know. They put in a bunch of, like, at one point you're playing as Han Solo, and another point you're playing as Yoda or whatever. You're playing as some of the main characters that, from original, and it's just like, well, why are we doing this? And I wasn't expecting that. I would have, but it was fan service, and I get it. So it didn't bother me. Yeah. I just felt it wasn't needed. I would have rather just played the whole thing as Iden Versio, and I kind of would have liked it to stay all bad just to see how that played out, because that's what I was expecting. But
it would have been nice if you had the choice to go down whichever path you wanted to. That would have been cool.
Yeah. But the story was realistic of what happened. I thought it was really good, as you can understand the progression of your character and why things changed for this person.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's filling in from the end of the Return of the Jedi, and I can never remember Episode 7's freaking title.
The Force Awakens?
Force Awakens. I don't know why I can't remember that title.
Yeah, it's a hard title to remember.
but it's like, it's filling in the gap. And now the next movie comes out here it actually starts on the 14th on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Got my tickets. My family and I are going to go see it. But the day before that, on the 13th, they're giving out free DLC and it's story DLC they're going to release, and along with some other stuff. And that's going to fill that gap of how the First Order came about. You know, because it was kind of leading that way. Like you're playing, you're seeing the fall of the Empire, and now this free DLC is going to take off where you left off and show you how the First Order came about.
Definitely.
So I'm really looking forward to it. It's really kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the people that are killing it or picking it apart, it's like a Star Wars fan is not, we just love that playing in that
world,
universe,
yeah.
playing as those characters.
And
it's
that's
awesome.
done amazingly in the game, right? Like,
Yes,
I mean, like,
yes.
it looks gorgeous. It's beautiful, and all the sound and like the visuals and stuff, they really kind of suck you into that world.
Oh,
But
there was one, we were playing multiplayer. I can't remember who I was playing with, but it was like one of the first nights. I think it was Drano 85. We get in and we're on one of the Star Destroyers. And you come in, or you're starting on one of those Rebellion, I don't know, Dreadnought or frigates or something. It's like the thing that Leia was on in the very beginning of the movie of first, movie 4. And you're running down those halls like as a Rebellion guy with the weird hat on, and you're running down the halls of the ship, and I was like, holy crap, I mean, this looks great. I felt, and then you stepped out onto, because you like crashed into one of these Star Destroyers, and you stepped into their hangar bay, and I just stopped, and I was like looking all around, and I was like, I was taking screenshots. I was like, I wasn't even playing the game. I was like, wow. I was just stunned by how good it looked. I'm like, I got to check out this hangar, but I know there's a fight going on, but I want to take some pictures here. You know, it's like pulling the camera out.
Not a fighter.
You know, wish you were here, taking a selfie in the hangar next to a TIE fighter. That's what it felt like. It was just like so amazing I'm like, I'm on this ship. I don't believe it. It really had that kind of feeling, you know, and that's in the multiplayer part. So I had Battlefront 1. Never really got into it. And I was amazed by the visuals. It was like stunning, but I never got into that game. This one, I'm all into it. I love it. I'm having a blast with it. The story was great. I want to play it again. And I think it's fantastic. Don't listen to you love Star Wars, you're going to have a fun time with this campaign.
Definitely. And I agree with you, Wingman. I want to replay it again. And I think I'm going to replay it right to time it. So when that DLC comes out, I just play that next story mission, because that's going to be probably cool. I hope it's some mission with like Kylo Ren or something. That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be awesome. Put you as the bad guy again.
Oh, I gotta share something with you too. So I was playing yesterday, and I was playing the hero mode. Well, I forgot what it's called, but you're playing as all the heroes, you know, heroes and villains. And my youngest son was sitting here watching me. And I was on the good side. I think I was playing Yoda at the time. And all of a sudden, I went in to go strike somebody. And all of a sudden, I just got like what the heck? My character just got pulled backwards, like a long way. And then and all of a sudden, I got set back down. And I turn around, and there's Kylo Ren just whacking. And I'm like, whoa, he pulled me a long way. I was like, you know, even though I died, I was like, that was awesome. The guy played the character right. I was about to take the final strike on their target, you know, and he just said, nope, pulled me away and then struck me down. That's awesome. I was like, holy crap, that was awesome, even though it was, the opposing team. Great play. It was so cool.
Playing as those heroes, when you're playing those big battles, those 40-player battles, playing as Kylo Ren or as Darth Maul, man, you get in there and you have the power of the Force. That shit is cool, man, because you'll get in there, like, the other day, like, I was telling these guys, I was playing as a tank, and then I got a bunch of points, so I spawned in as Boba Fett, and we had Darth Maul and Kylo Ren on our team, so we were running together, dude, and we all ran into the same objective, and then their heroes, because they had, like, Rey and Yoda or something, they ran into the same objective, so we're just fighting each other. There's people trying to shoot at us. There's people in the little walker things trying to shoot at us. We were just destroying everybody. I was shooting missiles at everybody. It was freaking awesome. It felt amazing.
It's funny, too. Like, I was on the same game, the Heroes and Villains. I was Yoda, and I fell. We were on Hoth map. And I fell. There's like canyons and you fall down into if you're not careful. And I was like, I was in a battle and I was backing up and fell into one of those. And the commentary of like the robots are talking in between, you know, the droids. They're like, we expected better from a master Jedi. and I was just like, I'm sitting here going, what the hell? I'm like, and my son turned to me and he goes, well, that was rude. And he's just laughing at me. And I was like, you want to go out of here? I was like, the game insulted me.
That's awesome. Yeah, the game is beautiful though, and I agree with you. That DLC is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and at this point, I mean, I don't know what EA is going to do. Because I don't think they're going to bring back microtransactions anytime soon. But we'll talk about that in the news a little bit.
Yeah, just remember how much I love this game, because you won't realize that later on.
The trailers look amazing in that game.
Another
I was watching
game.
them last
Yeah,
night.
the visuals are awesome.
The game is good. And what you see in the trailers, because those are played on the PlayStation 4 Pro, I think is what they're being displayed on. They look as good, if not better, on the Xbox One X, man. Like, the game is pretty as hell. Like, beautiful. It looks real at times.
Yeah, I think I watched it on YouTube in the hotel last night, and wife's like, "Is that the movie?" I'm like, "No, that's the game."
They look like real characters, man. And if you watch gameplay of that on a PC, like running it at max settings with everything maxed out, it is insane. The characters look like real people. Look at a real stormtrooper standing on your TV screen looking at you like a movie character. It's scary real. But a game that I played today for a long time, earlier today, Ryan, you would know about this. We played Sea of Thieves, Ryan. We played Sea of Thieves.
I finally got to play Sea of Thieves, guys.
Woo!
How's that water tech, Ryan?
I gotta say, that was a blast.
It was fun, right?
I was playing with Papa Wolfie. We were playing for like 8 hours today. We just kept going. And then eventually Jesus came in. It was just me and him at first, and we were just wandering around collecting chests. And then Jesus came in, and we started collecting some more chests, and then we decided, screw it. Some other random dude came in, some kid.
Yeah.
He was pretty funny. And then we decided, forget it. We're going to screw going to find chests. We're just going to terrorize anyone that's on the water. We're so doing this pirate thing. And we did. And we chased a guy for probably like an hour.
At least
we were chasing this one dude and just trying to get him to, oh my God, it was so much fun though. What a blast. It's like getting drunk and being stupid, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, there was we sunk our ship about 3 or 4 times. It was an intense moment, man. Some moments in that game where we had today were like, oh, we're going to hit them. And then we would ram into a ship, and then they would come around and shoot at us. And then we had to drop the anchor, raise the anchor, and then turn left, turn right. Oh, man, that game was intense. We had some intense moments.
It was pretty crazy. What a blast, though, man. Like, I can't wait. I hope that there's a lot more in the full game, because it feels really barren. It feels like there's not a lot there. Like, I would like to, we were talking about this in the party, I would like to be able to go on and find like new songs that you can play with your instrument, or like, you know what I mean? Like find upgrades for your instruments or for your whatever. I know you have to go purchase that stuff. Like you can buy like a gold version of your instruments and new instruments and stuff like that, and shovels and whatnot. But like, I feel like that should be on the islands instead of in a shop.
I don't know. Maybe the instruments that you already have, you can purchase upgrades for. But I think in the islands, there definitely should have like something where like you found a hidden page of music or something, and all of a sudden you learn a new song, you know. And now you can play a new song, you know. And
but I also feel like, you know, killing the skeletons and the sharks and stuff like that, it seems almost pointless. It's more of like, hey, I'm just trying to survive, so like gotta kill these things. I wish you got something for that, like some sort of progression system where your character upgrades, and maybe through the character upgrade tree you get new songs or new, you know what I mean? These are things that I hope that they add, because that would make the game a lot more fun.
Make sure you put that in the feedback, right?
I should do that.
We definitely tried out a lot of new things in the game. So I've been in the alpha for a while now, and the last times that I played, they didn't have this shop system unlocked yet. So this alpha, they finally unlocked the shop system. They're kind of giving us a taste of what we're going to be able to buy with the gold coins in the game, because I had like 27,000 coins or something like that.
Because there's like 3 or 4 shops on an outpost, and only one of them has anyone in it. So that's the only one that's open right now.
I'm thinking the other shops are going to be cosmetics and like ship upgrades or something. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
there's that one that seems like it's potions. Like you can buy potions from them or something like that. And then there's one that seems like it's going to be, like you said, like upgrades or something like that.
I have a question. I don't I'm in the preview program, but since I had the new Xbox One X, I don't. Is there somewhere I have to go download it now because I have a new console?
Download the Insiders app again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So download that and then go in and set your Xbox to be in the alpha preview, and then check and see if you have Sea of Thieves to download.
Yeah.
Okay.
The game is fun.
Because I did
man.
sign up for it. Yeah.
The game is a ton of fun, and that water tech. Now you understand the water tech, Ryan.
My God, the water is so beautiful. And the sunsets and sunrises, holy Christ.
Yes.
You're just floating around on the ocean and you see the sun starting to go down and everything goes orange and it's just beautiful.
Yep.
Just a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks, I remember like everyone was complaining, it's so cartoony, it looks stupid and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, get into that game and actually see it, especially on an Xbox One X. Holy smokes, man. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous game.
Mm-hmm. I had a lot of blast playing that today, man. It was it was intense. I got put in the brig for you guys voted to put me in jail.
You asked us to put you in the brig. So
I wanted to see what happened because now you could vote to like lock one of your crewmates up in the brig, and then you stay in there. So you get put into like a little cage on the bottom of the boat. And you stay in there until they let you out. So
can I just sink the boat with you in it? Would you just drown?
We didn't know. We were like, okay, Jesus, we'll lock you in, and then we'll just let you out, right? Like, just let you out. So I go in and I vote yes to lock him in. He gets locked in there, but now there's a time limit before you can let him out. Like, you can't just let him out. He has to sit in there for a little while. It was
actually in time out. That's nice.
And then we all stood around him playing our instruments, drinking beer.
And I played my instrument inside the cell. It was a fun time, guys. It was a fun time.
Man, such a blast. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and now they have the different ships. So before, in the other alphas, they didn't have like the two-man ship or the one-man ships. Now they have those available as well. So now you can have a boat with like 2 people on it, 3 people on it, or 4 people on it. So depending on your crew size, you get a bigger boat, the smaller one, or the smallest one.
And it's different. Like the layout is completely different for each ship. Because me and Papa Wolfie, we were playing just 2-player. It was just me and him, and we were on a way smaller ship than when you came in and we got that other guy. And the ship was bigger. There was more room to move around. There was more sails and stuff that needed to be worked. And that's the cool thing. Like, we're all working together as a team because Jesus will be driving, and then I was usually standing on the front of the ship kind of being like a lookout, and the other 2 guys were controlling the sails to make sure that they were in the wind properly so we were moving at our top speed. And for chasing down boats, that's key because like if you're not moving fast enough, they're going to get away from you, right? Mm-hmm. And then they'll probably sneak up behind you and start.
That happened a few times.
Yeah, a couple of times. It was pretty fun, but it's a blast, man. I had literally 8 hours went by, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I've been playing this all day long. Like, I gotta get off. I got stuff to do before we start the show.
And I got on there like at 10:30 in the morning. I played with you guys till like 1:30, so it was like 2 or 3 hours of just pirating fun, man.
I was up at like 8 o'clock this morning, and I think I basically loaded up the thing, and I guess Wolfie saw me, and he sent me a party request right away, and then we just started playing together. And fuck, what a day! What a day of just playing Sea of Thieves all day long. Arr!
Yeah, we went all out pirates on when I showed up. I was like, "Fuck this! We're not doing any of the missions. We're gonna go kill other ships." And every ship we saw, we would chase. And then there was these smaller ships we were chasing, and the thing is, the smaller ships could turn better than we could, so they were like
they're faster.
Yeah, they were like turning really quick, and we had to like take a long time to turn left, Jesus. I'm like, I am turning left.
Like, well, turn fast. He's like, I can't.
And then
island.
Yeah, there was a lot of times. There was a lot of times where we were.
Even in its alpha form, does it have challenges that you're out set to do?
You have missions. Yeah, you have missions to do. The game has missions. It's always had missions. So like it'll tell you.
It gives you like maps and you have to go. It'll give you a map of an island, and then you have to go on the big world map, and you have to find that island. Like you find that shape that's an island that's the similar shape, and then you're like, okay, it's to the northeast. We got to start heading northeast. You start sailing northeast to go to that island. And then there's other ones that give you like a riddle. Yeah. And it's like, go to this island and find the stone with twin fish on it. Yeah. And you go to the island, you find that one, and then it'll give you the next clue once you find that. And then the next clue might be like, hey, go find a wooden bridge and hold up your lantern. And then, you do that, and then the next clue is like, go over to this thing and play some music. And then you play the music, and like the mission's done. Or you dig up a treasure chest, and then you take the chest back to your boat, and you got to take the chests from the boat to the outpost so that you get money to buy new upgrades. And that's pretty much that's pretty much what happens right now. That's what's in there. I think there's going to be a lot more. I hope, anyways. I really hope that those islands, because there's caves and stuff on these islands, and you go exploring in them, but you don't find anything.
Yeah, there's really
they're just.
But I feel like they're there for a reason. You know what I mean? There's going to be something that's going to happen in those caves.
Yeah, like there'll be probably a full story plus items to pick up.
I feel like this game is going to have like a story thing, and it's going to have like a, like just run around, do whatever you want element to it as well. But I'm looking forward to it, man. The game is fun, and every time they release an alpha for it and they make it go live, it's like, so much fun. The key to this game, guys, is use your mics. If you're going to play this game, don't go in there and have your mic muted or have your mic off. Just invite people to your party and socialize, man, because you need to communicate with your people.
With each other, yeah. And that's one of the most fun parts about the game is like, because you're gonna be yelling and screaming at each other and like, go over here, like, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to figure shit out, and it's a blast. And then you end up going downstairs and drinking a bunch of beer and forgetting that your ship's still moving.
And then it crashes into an island. Yeah, that happened. Who's driving the ship? We don't know.
We're all down here. Nobody is.
All right, so I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
You seem, just listening to you guys and watching you, and, seeing you here on the cameras, you're all excited, you're happy, you're animated, you're loving it. This game is just great. So do you honestly think that this game is going to be one of those that's going to be around for a long time? Because my concern is it's going to require you to work with other people. And as we know, every time a new game comes out, people will play it great for a week, and then they move on to something else. Or this is going to come out in the spring, and they're going to go back to Call of Duty, Battlefield, Battlefront, Assassin's Creed, whatever. Now you're going to be stuck if you want to play. You're going to have to play with randoms who almost always never use a mic.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the
thoughts
thing,
are that's going to ruin this game.
I agree with you, Wingman. A lot of games released like this, like The Division, we've seen that, kind of turn into like a shit fest at the end. And there's other games that have released that kind of, and they don't die, but they end up like falling off really fast because, like you said, community sometimes doesn't like to socialize.
This game isn't it free to play?
No, it's going to be a $60 game.
I think this game will be free to play. I think because that's the only way they're going to hold an audience.
Microsoft said this is going to be a $60 title.
I think it probably will, or it's going to get given away maybe as a Games with Gold or something. Like it needs something to once it starts to teeter off to boost that player level again, because there has to be people in there. If there's no people in there, that's kind of like what we were when me and Wolfie were playing earlier. We barely ran into anybody. There was like, maybe one or two ships here or there, but for the most part, we were just cruising from island to island doing all the quests. And we went through that chapter because it only gives you the one chapter, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Before you came in, and then we probably did it maybe once, but for most of the time we were playing, we weren't trying to do the quests. So, but that's the thing, right? Like you don't even need to do the quest, and you're still having a good time.
The game
sounds
fun.
Like it. Yeah,
the game is fun. regardless. The game is fun.
With your friends, right?
With your friends. But like Wingman did say,
that's the challenge, I think, of this game.
Wingman, you have a point. I agree with you, and I think I'm with you on this one, where I'm afraid this game is going to be like, we buy it day one, us podcasters and stuff. We buy this game day one because we don't get them for free, and then all of a sudden we're going to be stuck with a game that's like, nobody's playing this because I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm not trying to knock the game. I haven't played it or anything. It's just, and I think it could be fun. I've played other games like there was one on the PC I used to play in a LAN party called the Air Buccaneers, and essentially it was kind of the same thing except you were flying airships, and you had to work as a team to control your ship, and someone was flying while someone was working a cannon, and while someone was firing it, that someone else had to load it, and it was a blast. I mean, we had so much fun, but we were in a LAN party in the same room. So I mean, this has a lot, to me, feels a lot like I would love to play this with friends. But even now, it's like, okay, I want to play Battlefront 2 with some friends. No one's playing it. Or I want to play, same with everything else, because we got so many games out, and people are playing everything. And if they're not playing, most of the people are watching Netflix or Amazon Prime or HBO or something or Hulu, and it's just like, come play a video game. You're on your Xbox. Come stop the freaking TV and come play a game.
Bro, I gotta watch my Desperate Housewives. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I get that all the time. Yeah, people are always like,
when you're asking Gunny to join you. Yeah.
I need to go watch my movie. It's like, I need to go watch fucking Stranger Things 2. I'm like, fuck, man. Play games.
Eric St. Nicholas says Sea of Thieves will have a lifespan like Evolve.
I don't know if it will. I think this game is going to have a lot of hype around it, and I think Microsoft needs to market it with a lot of hype. And I think they need to release the game not at $60, but maybe at $30 or $20 to get people enticed to buy it, to get in there and just get the community built up, because like you said, once the people fall off, you're done. And you're muted, Ryan.
It's definitely going to depend on the community. Absolutely. Yeah. But the thing is even in the alpha, the community's been pretty strong. Like, it seems like there's a decent amount of people out there. Like when I was playing in the morning, it was kind of dead. But by the time afternoon rolled around, there was people out there.
But Ryan, the alpha is free.
That's true. That's true. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I can see this coming out as a $30 game and then eventually being a Games with Gold, or you know what I mean, like something to bring that player base back up. I say
$20. It's a good price point for this game.
Can we just throw in loot boxes to kind of compensate for their losses?
No,
come on.
Shut up.
Pirate skins.
No, guys,
I had to say
moving on though. Ryan, I want to know what you've been playing. Of course, we talked about Sea of Thieves. What else have you been playing?
What else have I been playing? Like I said earlier, Assassin's Creed, Sea of Thieves, Shadow of War. We talked about all that already. I haven't gotten very far in Shadow of War, so I don't have much to say about it. And I kind of got burnt out because I didn't feel like playing that same game after playing Assassin's Creed, and that's why I started playing Sea of Thieves. Because I was like, this is different. This will be, and it hooked me. Like that was exactly what I needed. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm gonna still be playing those games. I also played a little bit more Mario Odyssey, which, guys, Jesus, have you finished it yet?
No, I have my Switch right here. Look, it's right here. I should play it on the podcast. Stop paying attention to you.
You need to start. Getting to the end of that, because you were in you made it to New Donk City, right?
I haven't made it to New Donk City yet. I need to play this game more.
Oh my God!
So many games, man. Fuck.
Jesus, I'll come down. I'll drive down there, pick up your Switch, bring it back here, and let my kids play it for you.
There you go. And then they could tell me the experience, so I could talk about it on the show.
Exactly.
Bring them on the podcast. Sure you want to do that, Wing?
Oh man. But
I have to interject something because I laugh every week I listen to you guys. Ryan, it's Mario.
Exactly. Thank you, Wingman. Mario.
Every time he says Mario, I just like, come on.
Canadians.
It just happens, man. I agree with you. I absolutely do. It's just when I say it, it comes out that way.
You know how many times we've corrected Ryan on this subject? Almost every other show.
Time.
I'm like, Ryan, how do you say Mario?
Mario. And I've even said before, it's a me, a Mario. It's Mario.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know why. I just
You always say Mario.
because I'm Canadian.
Extra Canadian.
Put the A in there.
Mario.
Mario.
That's what it is. I notice when I go to, if I went up to Boston, they always say, "Hey, is that your car?" I'm like, "What?" Car. Yeah, it's a car. Not a car.
Oh man. But that's it, Ryan? That's all you've been playing?
Yeah, man. That's all I've been playing this week.
Awesome. Gunny Chief.
I've been out of town for the last couple of days, but I did get a lot of gameplay in on Thanksgiving Day, and that was I played Assassin's Creed Origins most of the day, and I reached level 20.
Oh wow!
And yeah, it's I see what you're saying about maybe getting bored in the game, but I'm
at like 22 or 23 now, so
I'm at 18, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm getting bored. It's like, oh man, I still have like 4 big areas I need to unlock. How long is this game? It's huge.
So much.
And the thing is, there's so many question marks. You're like, man, what are these question marks? Go here, go here, go here. And it's like, if you don't stick to the story, you can get lost in that game for like 2 hours, and you're like, what have I done? Nothing really.
What happened to me at the beginning, man? I got lost, and then I got into an area where I was getting like destroyed all the time, and that was before I figured out how the map worked exactly. So
you gotta
I
watch
was,
the levels,
in the wrong directions over and over again.
Yeah, it's funny, like how it's not a complaint, but I see how they set the map up where you first start out your level 1 through 5. It's kind of that smaller area, and then right next to it, it borders with
like level 30 or something.
You're like, yeah. So, but I mean, there's enough to do if you go back to, your level 16 through 18. Then you can go back there and say, okay, do this side mission that's level 17.
There's always stuff to do. Like if you feel like you're underpowered or you're not, you need to level up some more, you can always go back to like one of the lower level areas and do some missions in there. There's so much stuff to do,
Yeah, and I like how they have the map set up. It's not like there's a million dots on the screen. You have to actually go to the area, then open the map up and go, hey, there's a side quest available over here. Maybe there's 2 or 3 of them available.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't kill you with, just different icons all over. So, but I had some funny moments in this game in Assassin's Creed Origins, and one of them I was in a party with Wingman last week. Maybe it was Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it was, and I get in there, and it's one of those rescue missions. Like, okay, it's a big like base, and the guy's like a level. I think he was like the same as me. He was 19, and but he's guarding the prisoner. But there's different ways. I like how they set it up to where there's different ways to get into the army base. Like, it even tells you on the screen, like, hey, there's a tunnel that you can go through that's an underground tunnel. I'm like, okay, so if you go through there, there's a freaking alligator that you can't fight. You just have to keep swimming to get past him. Or you can just take the high road like any other Assassin's Creed game. And but I get in there, and I think it was like my second or third attempt. And I love the save progression system in this game where it's not like you have to redo everything. It really saves the game to a really nice checkpoint.
Yeah, as you finish things, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, for example, I got in there either the second or third time because that guy just killed me, and everybody's like alerted at that point. So I get in there, and he takes me out, and I'm like, okay, but I already rescued the prisoner. And basically what happens is with the prisoner is like, once you have him or whatever, you have to follow that prisoner out. Or in some missions you can actually carry him out, but in this one he had to run out. But every time that guy gets hit, it's like, okay, he goes down for the count, and then you have to kill all the enemies around you. And so I was like, damn, like he's just going to sit there until I kill all the enemies, or I could run away, and then wait till everything calms down and then come back. But when I reloaded the checkpoint, I was like, man, I have to kind of redo everything here. And I was like, oh no, something's going on. I noticed the guy like trying to run out of the base, and they kept like whacking him and knocking him down on the ground. No, so I just sat there and watched and just waited. Like, okay, he's going to get back up and start running again. And like, here he comes. He's coming across like the bridge, you know. So I waited till he got all the way out of the base. I'm like, okay, I'm here now to come grab you and take you where you need to go. So they just kind of hold your hand at that point, I guess. But I thought it was pretty funny how they do that. Yeah, the other thing is like when you're on your horse and you'll be going along to a mission and like you'll come up to that person and like I'll just knock them down with a horse. It's like, okay, like I guess they didn't feel it. Like I could just get up there and press X to start the mission. It's a little wonky in that way, but yeah, I'm still enjoyed it. Having a great time. What about you, Jesus? You playing it?
Which one?
Assassin's Creed Origins, man.
Yeah, I'm liking it, dude. Like I said, I'm playing it on and off. I don't really go in there very often and play for hours at a time because like I just get too hung up on the stupid side quests. It's like, go help this guy find his grandfather who went on a journey to buy something, and then you go find him and it's like, he's locked in a cage. Open the cage and kill all the guys in the fucking base.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like one time I had killed everybody in the camp already, like wherever the guy was locked up in. And then I go and like I get a side mission to do this, and I go back to that same camp. There's just dead bodies everywhere. There's no guards. This dude is just in a cage. I'm like,
yes.
Why wasn't he here before when I came and killed everybody?
I've seen that before. I did have that happen.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, where is he? Okay, so I rescued him, and then boom, like these guards pop out of nowhere. I was like, what?
That's
like maybe
weird.
it was nighttime or there was a glitch or something.
It never happened to me where they pop up. It's just they're dead, and I just open the cages like mission done. Dude's free. You're good. Here's your XP. I'm like, well, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I get caught up on the stupid side missions. What I have a problem with that game is what Wingman has a problem with Star Wars is I don't want to do the missions. I just want to be a tourist. I just want to tour Egypt. That's all I want to do. Like I can't wait till they release that historical DLC they're going to release for the game where like they let you just walk around Egypt and they tell you about like the history of Egypt. I'm going to play the shit out of that because I want to just run around Egypt and explore it like as a tourist and like just take screenshots and stuff. Yeah, it's going to release like in January, they said, or February. And they're working on it like with historical people like Ubisoft is. So it's going to be a pretty interesting DLC when it comes out, I think.
Yeah.
Free update as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. What else did I play? I played some more. I played a lot of Forza 7 earlier this week. I got Shadow War. I'm like, oh, let me just check out Forza 7. And I ended up playing it for like 3 hours. Just race after race. So it's all I love doing, man, just racing.
You and fucking Forza.
Man, I love it. Wig, I wanted to tell you, I played that, what was it? Was it Forza Horizon 3?
Yeah.
I had the snow map DLC, whatever it was for it.
Desert Mountain.
Oh gosh, I went in there and I'm like, let me just, I'm gonna play a few races or whatever, and it seems like I have to put dumb everything down to easy just to come in like within third place. And I'm thinking there is just something bugged about this game because
maybe you're not good, bro. You're just good at tracks, but you're not good in like street racing.
Man, I have to actually turn left and right, I think, is what it is.
You're only used to turning left real fast.
Right.
Yeah, I think, I don't remember Forza being near as bad, but I do think Horizon does a lot of rubber banding.
Yes.
I think it's, at least to me, it seems that way. They should be the same, but it seems like the Horizon series is, they like to rubber band a lot. And I play both of those series on easy just because, if I play anything harder than that, it seems like I can't win a race to save my life, and I just want to play and get the credits, and I don't want to come in last and get no credits.
I remember Brun complaining about this. Brun was complaining about it on TXL, and I was like, yes, you're right. They are rubber banding this game because everybody takes
every game is
miles an hour.
He thinks NHL hockey does rubber banding too, though.
It's your internet, Brun. Oh man.
No, but that game's bugged. So I just quit like right after I got that achievement. I was like, forget it. I'm going back to Forza
Gunny Chief,
7.
I'm interested to hear how well does the Forza 7 play on your X? Is it good? You never see any problems with it?
I haven't seen any issues. Again, 60 frames per second,
man, I'm interested in that
HDR. Yeah, I can tell you, like just playing like the nighttime maps, or when it goes to nighttime, it's kind of a random thing.
Mm-hmm.
And man, like the fireworks is popping off, and I'm just like, wow. Like I just kind of pull over and I'll watch the fireworks.
Pull over.
It's like,
Last play.
it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
All right.
Yeah, it's really good. But also played some Destiny 2. Thursday played some Iron Banner with the guys. Alan and who else was in there? Can't remember all their names, but yeah, I had a blast with that.
Okay.
Playing small little maps, man. It's fun.
Is there still a lot of people in our community playing this game?
Absolutely. David something or other. Yes, he's playing it all the time. So when I popped it in, I was like, you know what? I'll just do the dailies because I saw he had 4 other people in the party. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do some of my daily stuff. And he's like, nah, dude, we're gonna do some Iron Banner.
That Convoy that you're talking about?
Iron Banner.
Convoy. Isn't that David? I think it's Convoy that
no,
plays that all the time.
Yeah. I can't remember his last name. But
Soka or Soika, or is that the guy you're talking about?
It's not
Might be a different guy.
Yeah.
It's not David Schneider.
Snyder, yes, thank you.
Snyder.
Oh.
Sorry, Dave. Forgot your last name.
God, I can't believe you forgot his last name.
I know.
That's his gamer tag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Snyder.
Yeah, man.
It's hard. When you're as popular as Gunny, it's hard to keep everybody straight.
I get it. It's cool, Gunny. We understand.
Yeah. Yeah, but we won just about every match that we played except for one.
He plays Destiny too much. Snyder, you play too much Destiny. Go play something else.
I only played for 2 hours. And the last game I played, which is on Steam, and it's also on PS4, but I played it on PC, and that's Nex Machina. NEXMACHINA. And this is like a top-down isometrical. It reminds me of, what would this be like? I had the name. It's just like, crap, I forgot the name of the game, but it's really fun. It's a twin-stick shooter, and it's got like you're just going from map to map, basically after you kill everything on the screen. And that's all I play, guys.
Guys, real quick. Got one more thing I played this week. I completely spaced it off. Because when I asked Anya about how good Forza 7 looks on the X, I played Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, guys. And there's 3 different settings you can set on your console when you're playing this on the X. You can set it to enhance visuals, which makes the game look really good. You can set it to 4K native resolution, so it makes the game in 4K native resolution with, I think it's 30 frames a second. And then you can set it for 60 frames a second, where it doesn't optimize to 4K or anything like that, but it makes it run at 60 frames a second constantly. I opted for the enhanced visuals for a few things. One, the game looks way better in enhanced visuals than the other 2 modes. There's like fucking shadows to the blades of the grass and shit, whereas the other settings, it doesn't have shadows on the blades of the grass, and it has like better just lighting. The lighting is way better on the enhanced visuals. And yeah, that game is good. Still good.
These are all things that Wingman doesn't see, right?
Yeah, the things he doesn't notice. I'm just saying, and that game supports the Dolby Atmos. If you have the Dolby Atmos or Windows Sonic on your console and you enable
Here's
that.
my impersonation of Jesus. I'm going to drink some Kool-Aid.
The Dolby Atmos on Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, that Dolby Atmos fucking sound, that the 3D spatial sound in that game, it is fucking insane. You need to play this game with that enabled, Windows Sonic or Dolby Atmos, whichever one you want. Enable that, Put on a stereo headset, a regular stereo headset. It doesn't have to be the fancy 7.1 crap. Just put on a regular one.
I was just using these
Earbuds? Yeah.
And wow, man! Today, actually playing with Papa Wolfie, I'm like hearing flies. Because when you're walking through the bushes and Sea of Thieves, you hear the flies. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's in the game.
Thought it was flying around your head.
I honestly thought there was a fly flying around my head.
And that is one thing that people don't talk about on the Xbox that PlayStation does not have, is the Dolby Atmos or the Windows Sonic 3D spatial sound. The PlayStation does not have this. PC has it, but it's iffy in some games support it, some don't.
I bought the Dolby Atmos a couple
fucking
weeks ago.
shit is amazing, dude. I bet on Forza that shit sounds cool, but in Rise of the Tomb Raider, that first section when you find the lost city and you're jumping and the things are collapsing, it sounds like you're in a theater, dude. Your ears shake. You're like, oh, fucking crazy. Crazy. Play it. Enhanced visuals, by the way, too, Wingman. Just saying.
Yeah, sure.
But what have you been playing, Wingman?
All right. So I obviously played some Battlefront 2. So I don't need to comment anymore on that. I actually did pick up one thing on the Xbox Black Friday sale, and I'm going to say this: I think the Xbox's Black Friday sale is crap. Those are normal prices, man. Those were not Black Friday prices. And the game that I did buy, I still paid more than what I thought I should have. But I picked up For Honor. I got the deluxe version for like $28.
How much?
It's like $28 for the deluxe.
Nice.
I have that too.
It was like the only game that was actually, I thought, decently priced. It was like $24 for the regular edition. So
you know what, Wing?
It was,
I felt the same way when I looked at the sale. I was like, really? And it really hit me hard because I was like, I just bought that game. So anything that I was interested in, I had bought.
Yep. And stuff that I wanted, like Forza 7, is like $40.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, $42. I'm like, that Black Friday to me says at least 50% off, especially on a digital game.
Yeah.
So if they're not that, it's like, I'm not going to take advantage. I don't care. I'm not going to, I saved $12. What we friggin' do? I can save $12 next week too, or the week after that. It'll probably be cheaper right around Christmas. You know, I'm like, so I wasn't impressed, but I did buy For Honor. Probably should have skipped it. Man, that control, the game looks great.
Hard, right?
And I don't plan to do the online because I know I'll get slaughtered, but I'm like, I know it has a campaign, and oh my gosh, that campaign is hard. I was like, only in like the fourth mission playing this on easy, and I couldn't. I had a hard time getting past this dude where he jumps down on the ice, and then he starts breaking up the ice on the lake.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the Knights campaign. Yeah, I think he was.
So
the
you're
Viking,
facing
though.
the Vikings, yeah.
Yeah. I was so friggin' frustrated. I was so mad.
It takes a while to get used to those
him,
controls.
I haven't gone back to the game. I did get past him, but I'm like, no, I'm done with this, and I went and played something else.
The game is hard, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and I knew that going in, but for some reason I still wanted it. Because I thought, well, the campaign won't be as bad. Yeah, it is. It's hard. But the game that I'm really played a lot of this week that I've really loved, and I got to finish. I'm right at the last boss for the DLC. Is I went back to Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I'm playing the Fallen Ghost DLC. And I gotta say, I only have one complaint about it, but this is like the best DLC I have played in a game in a very, very long time. And my only complaint about it is that they took out the ability to call in a helicopter anytime you want it. So I got to do a lot of driving or walking and running, and it's like, yeah, you can call in a car, like a pickup, a car, or a motorcycle. but they like in the DLC you can't call on a chopper, and I'm like, I did that all the time in the regular game.
Yes.
You know, it's just like, oh, I'm done with this mission. You know, drop in a chopper and let's go to the next one. And
Yes.
I flew around a lot, but the DLC, the story stuff, and the game, the missions are fantastic. I'm having a blast, and I'm at the very last part with the final boss guy. So I need to go complete that, and hopefully I'll do it tomorrow. But absolutely fantastic. This game also did get an update a lot, so it's updated for the X, and they've also fixed the chopper controls. The helicopters fly like they should have from day one. I'm so happy, except now they've basically kind of taken out the ability to use them all the time in the DLC, but that's okay. In the regular game, or even when you do get one in the DLC, I actually go and I'll raid a camp just to try to sneak in and steal their helicopter, which is cool because now it's like, okay, I got to work for that chopper. So in a way, it's kind of like, okay, there's a chopper over here I can try to steal, and because I just can't drop one in and go wherever I want, but I really miss that ability. But it's forced me to go into battle at these camps and try to steal their, and it's fun. I'll call like the rebels to do a diversion on the other end of the base, or I'll drop mortars on them, and it gets guys to go that way, and then I'll sneak in and steal their helicopter. So it's fun.
That's cool.
Ghost Recon Wildlands is fantastic. And if you haven't played it, it is a great game. You can play through the whole camp. The campaign is super long. You're going to get tons of value for your money. It is on Black Friday sales right now. It is a game that you'll get a lot of replay value out of. You can 4-player co-op if you want. You can play the story by yourself. And if you use the AI guys good, if you really work with that, you use the rebels, you can play that game by yourself, and you don't really need to have the co-op people. Sometimes I found it's like I almost hate when people get in, because it's like, oh, now I've only got one partner instead of 3 AI guys, because your AI guys will come and revive you if you go down. Sometimes your real life co-op partners don't always do that, especially if you're playing with the angry Canadian Carbide, who's in a different place going after a fuel truck and not sticking to the mission. I love you, Carbide. But it's fantastic. So I really like this DLC. Super fun. So, yeah, that's a great game. And it's the number.
So Wing,
I fell off of that game.
2017.
Yeah. We actually that was a news article from us at one point we had. But Wing, I got to ask you something.
Okay.
Because Ghost Recon Wildlands is Xbox One X enhanced.
Correct.
So how did it look?
It looked like every other game. It looked like it did before. Now, so do you want to go into that, or is that later in the
No,
show?
I'm just pulling your leg right now.
No, we're supposed to talk about it. That's why I came on here.
Yeah.
I haven't played it
will.
yet. I haven't played it on the X yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I know. I fell off that game a while ago.
Yeah.
You got probably go back and play it, and it just hooks you right back in, man. But that Fallen Ghost DLC is fantastic, Gunny.
I've heard
I've
that.
had more fun with that than I even did in the original game, and I don't know why. It's just it's so good. Some of the missions that they've put in there that you do, like there's one where you go to, like, if you remember in the original game, you'd have to go like take a radio tower or something, and then you'd have to like quickly get to 2 other locations. Well, this is like you go to one of their little towers and you take it over from them. Like you kill the guys that are there, you get there and you flip the switch and it starts broadcasting, hey, you dirt bags, what do you come on, what do you got? Bring it, type of thing. We're taking over your radio. Well, then all of a sudden they all come swarming in and you got to defend that tower for a while. Okay. Dude, I'm talking about some intense battles. It's just like, I'm like, there's been times like I stopped breathing, I'm sweating. It's like, oh, we're going to make it. And you're watching the clock count down. And then I'm like, I remember one time I was like 19 seconds and I got shot. And I'm like, someone revive me, hurry up. Because I'm playing with my AI. And all of a sudden you see him and he's like, and just as he stabs me, it's like the clock cuts down. But we still got it because we were still alive and had control of the tower. But it's just like, oh, intense. But even when that ends, they stop sending troops in, but you still have to fight those that are there, even though you've completed it. And it's just, it's some really good stuff, man. They did a great job on that DLC.
Yeah, I think it was that Alan here in our chat, or it was Andrew, our news guy, was saying that it's a really good DLC. They've said the same thing. So yeah, I need to pick that up.
Eric Smith says you're giving it too much praise.
Eric's smoking crack.
I think I got Eric to buy it, right? And
Eric's
then
smoking
we
lots of
both
crack.
kind of just fell off.
Yeah, Gunny, you got Eric to buy it and then never played with him.
Yeah. Well, other games came out, so
Is this the same? Is this St. Nicholas?
Yeah.
Is this,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just go back and play some more Gears, Eric.
Yeah.
So,
That's, you got to go with the
Well,
fun.
he's probably playing it right now.
So, Wingman.
when he wants to play,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose
how to
Wingman?
do it? I'll be your wingman. There we go. No, I so too much praise. Yeah, the original game, the base game is long and it is repetitious
It's
with all
tedious.
the side stuff. The story missions, if you just go through and do story, those are really good. But yeah, I know by the end of the regular game I was getting kind of like, burned out. But I was like, that's like 100 hours in,
Yeah.
So I think 100 hours into anything, you're going to be like, okay, it's maybe not exciting. I've stepped away for a long time. I skipped Narco Road, and I got both of these DLCs, and I started with Fallen Ghost because the Narco Road one is like a bunch of driving crap, and their driving mechanics in this game suck. So I will go do Narco Road next, but Fallen Ghost has just got me so excited and back into this game. So good stuff. I should try it, Eric, and shoot me an invite if you just want someone to run around with you and help you out. So it is a fun game, and just stick to the story missions if you want. Unfortunately, you almost have to go after all these side stuff to get all the extra perks and bonuses. But if you get into a group of 4 people and just focus, say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to knock out these side missions. You can have a lot of fun doing that too, and everybody working together, and you're going to just start racking up that stuff quick.
Oh, Jesus got his pussy.
Yeah.
Stroking it again.
He wants to say hi to the world, guys. This is my cat.
Hi, kitty.
He looks like a raccoon.
He looks like Grumpy Cat. Have you ever seen Grumpy Cat on YouTube? That's what he looks like. But I'm going to kick him out of the room.
It is a little raccoon.
He's cute with those blue eyes, though. Super cute. But he likes to chew up furniture, too, apparently.
Oh, yeah. My new kitten is destroying our carpet.
Oh,
But
geez.
I do want to talk about, now that we get Jesus back in here, I do want to address the 3 of you against me.
Ooh.
Because this is why I came back on the whole 4K, HDR, blah, blah, blah. So here's the deal. All right. I'm going to set the record straight. Yes, I do believe that the Xbox One X does look better, does improve. You get those 4K, you get HDR, blah, blah, blah. What I was saying was when I ran the Insects app, it's not a game. When I run that app, the 4K, when I would turn it off or turn it on, you could see a change, but it wasn't that drastic. I was like, I guess something happened.
I get that. It's very slight with the 4K one. It's the HDR one that just that makes a big difference.
And that's what I said. That's why I think you guys were wrong, because I think Jesus said, he thinks HDR and 4K don't do anything. I was stunned, I said, by how much HDR made an impact. It blew my mind.
Good.
And I was surprised that HDR was so much more of an impact in the 4K. Now, on the 4K thing, I was listening to some other shows this past week, and other people were kind of having the same discussion. And this whole topic of how far away do you sit from the TV came up in others. So, yeah. Jesus, how far away are you from your TV /
You see my TV behind me?
Yes.
This is how far I sit from it.
Okay, so you're what, 4 feet away from
Probably
it?
3 feet, maybe
3 or 4 feet.
4 feet, I would say.
Okay.
That's pretty close.
How about
That's
you,
pretty
Kenny?
close.
I'm anywhere from like 4 to 7 feet. Only because if I'm playing pinball, I'm going to sit back a lot further.
Okay.
Really?
How about you, Ryan?
I'm actually probably about 8 to 9 feet away from my TV.
Okay.
And it's 55 inches. So, but unlike you, Gunny, when I play pinball, I like to pull. I have another chair that I pull out,
close.
and I sit closer. Yeah,
dude. See, now that I'm on the 55, I have to sit back because I tried it sitting up close and it didn't work out. I couldn't follow the ball.
It's all about comfort. It's all about yeah.
I'm used to gaming this far from my TV. It's been years that I've
even with playing pinball, I always go with a really close up, sort of like one step back camera angle. And I know a lot of people, they like to be like way back.
Really?
I find being way back is like just I can't see the ball. I don't like, you know what I mean? I need to be closer up. But, it's all preference. Anyways, that's off topic.
Yeah, I know you guys are trying to change the topic because you don't want to get schooled here. So I'm probably 8 to 10 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've got a 65-inch. It's 4K, UHD, blah, 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 our HDR, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. So I went back after listening to you guys and listening to another show where they were saying, if you are beyond 4 feet from your TV, the 4K is not as noticeable. So I was in a Gunny, I thought I was with you in a chat that day. Maybe it was someone else. But I actually got out of my chair and I ran that insects thing again. And I flipped the 4K on and off, sitting from my chair, and I just kept flipping it on and off. I'm like, yeah, I can tell it's doing something. Then I walked up and got like in front of my TV and then started flipping it off. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's textures on these. I can see the texture now on the stalks of the dandelions, and I can see the little dots in the eyeballs of the ladybug. And then I would pause it. And when I'm looking at that, right? So I'd pause the video and turn it on and off, and I'd leave it on, and then I stepped backwards, and I got all the way back to my chair, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really see it now because I'm far enough away that detail is not as sharp. So that's what I'm saying is, like, for me, gaming on a 65-inch TV, the 4K is not as big of a deal as what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, if you sit close, wow, it's like, oh, wow, look at the detail there. But even on that detail, if I'm sitting really close and I'm playing Battlefront or Call of Duty or Battlefield, am I going to notice that detail? No, I'm looking at where's the red dot on the HUD. That red dot looks the same in 4K as it does in 700p. It's just the red dot.
No, it's a sharper red dot. It's a much brighter, sharper red dot.
It's a shiny
HDR,
red dot.
it looks red. Without HDR, it looks orange.
But now HDR, whether I was 4 feet from my TV or back in my chair 8 to 10 feet away, it was stunning. I was like, oh my gosh. And like the ladybug was a great one where the ladybug filled my screen. I paused it. The ladybug looked red. And then I turned HDR on. And I was like, whoa, that's red. And it stunned me because I always thought HDR was, deeper, richer blacks. I thought it had to do with black only.
No, all colors.
It's like the colors were just, and like when the sun was shining, it was like, okay, turn it off. Yeah, and then you turn it on, you're like, crap, that looks like a real, I'm almost like, where's my sunglasses?
In Sea of Thieves, that's the thing it does with the sun. The sun looks fucking real.
It blinds you. It literally, if you stare at the sun, you feel like you're watching a friggin' eclipse. It's like, oh my God.
Where's my eclipse glasses?
So that, again, I was joking, I'm going to come school you, but I wanted to first of all say, no, I said HDR is huge. Yeah. I never expected it to be bigger than 4K. And because of where I sit, HDR makes a huge difference. 4K really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. But it is there, and I can see it if I move closer. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of detail that it puts in. And it's neat that the system can do that and still run at 60 frames a second, like on Forza 7. I don't have Forza 7 yet. I'm going to get it. I just wanted it more than $40, because I own every Forza game. I'm like, am I going to buy the same game again? Yes, because now it's in 4K and it has trucks.
Yeah.
So I feel I have to buy it because I've bought every Forza title ever released.
Yeah, but
so I have to.
You don't have to.
Here. I have to buy it.
You don't have to.
Yes, I do.
And hey, Wing, you don't have to do it for the trucks because have I even played the trucks in just playing Forza 7? You know, the nice thing about it is it does give you a choice. Just off topic here, folks.
Oh, I wanted to try it out. I thought it would be cool. But I probably won't do it. But no, I will get Forza 7 probably for Christmas. So, and the thing is too, I haven't bought a lot of stuff because I bought one game, but I bought the X, and that, you know, I really almost didn't get it because I'm like $500 right before Christmas when I've got kids.
Yes,
that really. But I was selfish and bought it for myself. But I'm not buying a bunch of games now. Like, okay, I'll just wait, and then my kids can buy me stuff because they're always upset every year that come Christmas time, I'm like, well, I don't want any games. I already bought them a month ago, and they love to be able to buy me video games. So
awesome.
This year they're going to have that option. So
yeah,
I'll have a bunch of stuff like
there you go.
Forza and Assassin's Creed later. And yes, 4K HDR is beautiful. I love my Xbox One X.
That's a great system. Yeah. And one thing that people don't notice is load times. Because the other day, when was it? Oh. When we were playing Battlefield, actually, Brun, he was playing on his S. And then me, Brink, and Cornbread, we all have X's. So we all launched into the invite at the same time. We're in the game, and Brun's like, I'm still loading.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at the loading screen. And we're like, what's up, man? The power of the X.
Yeah.
It loaded in faster. Where you at?
Brun, I'm 5-0, Brun. Where are you? Loading.
Don't look at the load screen, man.
Force him to get one.
And you'll notice that too with
tomorrow.
You'll notice that too with Forza 7, where it does the rewind. If you have rewind on, if you're in a game and you crash, like that thing will just be zip. It'll just zip you back really fast.
Really slow rewind anymore?
Yeah, it's not like the slow animated, you know, okay, do you want to start from here? Let me back you up.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
quick. 4K HDR, man. That's the future of gaming. Guys, let's talk about news real quick. Moving on to news, let's talk real quick about microtransactions real quick.
Okay.
Activision, as we all know from a few weeks ago that we talked about, they have a patent on a new microtransaction system that pairs you up with different gamers with different skills, with different things unlocked to kind of encourage you to buy what they have, right? So like if they have the better sniper rifle, you're a sniper, you get in a game with these guys, you're seeing they're doing really good with that sniper, you might want to buy that sniper. So it's kind of like encouraging you to do it. But anyways, besides that, there's an update where the executives over at Activision actually released a statement saying that this has not been implemented into any game, that it was a patent filed back in 2015 by a research and development team working independently from Activision Studios. So they're saying like, don't worry, this isn't in our game. And even Bungie's, some guy from Bungie tweeted out that none of this is in Destiny. So don't worry about this. It's not in Destiny. Don't think we're trying to get you to.
No, they haven't actually used they haven't used it in anything yet, but they filed the patent so that they can eventually, or if somebody else tries to use it, they can make money off it.
Yeah, EA tries to use it. Sue them. But more news, guys. Let's see here. What's the next story? Wow, CD Projekt Red. So Cyberpunk 2077 is the game that they're kind of release here, maybe next year, the year after. And CD Projekt Red has came out and said, look, guys, we have no bullshit in this game, basically. So this is the tweet they tweeted out. It says, worry not. When thinking Cyberpunk 2077, think nothing less than The Witcher 3. Huge, single-player, open-world, story-driven RPG. No hidden catch. You get what you pay for. No bullshit. Just honest gaming like with Wild Hunt. We leave greed to others. That was a tweet from Cyberpunk's 2077. I think it was one of their devs or whatever. Yeah, they tweeted that out. So pretty much CD Projekt Red says that Cyberpunk 2077 is coming along just fine. They don't have a release date yet, but it is coming along. And no microtransactions, guys. None. 0. So you get what you pay for. That's it. But moving on now to some Nintendo news for the Nintendo gamers in our world here. The Wii Classic controllers will no longer be manufactured by Nintendo. People are speculating that this is a move by Nintendo to get people to buy their Pro controllers that are coming out now that are like $70 or whatever. Because people are buying the Wii controllers and using those as like a Pro controller on their Switch or whatever. And they're thinking like, oh, well, you know, now Nintendo's like, well, you can't use those controllers anymore. They're discontinued. They stopped manufacturing them. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm pretty sure you can find these used or something on eBay or GameStop or anywhere else, really. But yeah, if you're looking for a Wii controller like those, you know what I mean?
Wiimotes.
The Wiimotes, yeah. Like the Wii gamepad thing. Yeah,
nothing uses it anymore. It's just Wii U and Wii used it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense for them to get rid of it.
They're not using that anymore, guys. But let's talk about more loot box news and microtransaction systems.
More
in video
loot boxes.
Games. We're going to talk about 10 of the worst predatory loot box microtransaction systems in video game history. Number 10 on the list is Mass Effect 3.
Yep.
Lo and behold, the Mass Effect series was a victim of loot box and microtransactions. Back in 2012, BioWare's Mass Effect 3 used the FIFA engine to create a loot system for the game, for the multiplayer. I know you guys remember that. I remember that.
Yep, I remember. That was Brink's favorite game.
It says here, ex-BioWare dev Manveer Hare recently confirmed that he once saw players spend $15,000 on microtransactions in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah, that's wild. The second, or number 9 on the list here, is actually Destiny 2's loot box system. Their Bright Engram system, where you have to buy credits to buy the loot box with bright engrams or whatever for the better gear looking things.
I don't really think that's that bad.
I don't either. I've never bought one.
I would never. Yeah, same with me. I would never buy one.
You actually have to walk over there and click on that. You know,
I support the loot system.
See the options for it. Now you get engrams all the time. Just actually have to go out and shoot stuff. You have to work for it.
It says here pretty much
and have fun. Come on.
It says here that after you're hitting
Kool-Aid, Gunny?
You have to you have to basically grind a lot to get this, or either buy it with this system. But number 8 on the list, Gunny Chief, is Forza Motorsport 7. Forza Motorsport 7 introduced their loot box system this year with those cards, right? Cards.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's got like these are loot boxes. What are they calling them? The crates, right? And so I'm going to defend this one also. Okay? I don't see how this is the worst.
No, not the worst. It's number 8 on the list. So you're
number 8.
7 worse than these.
Yeah. So, okay, to defend this one, I feel like I get enough credits from racing, maybe because I'm that good.
And you can just buy crates with your in-game money as well, right?
Yeah. So the money you earn from the races, you buy these crates, and I kind of like how they have it set up where it's set up for mods, which basically a mod is just a challenge. It's just a stupid name for it. And I think there's other ones for like cars, possibly getting cars. I think that's an actual crate. I'm not going to get on there, buy it for a chance to get a car. It says here, Gunny,
you can't. Currently, Forza 7 doesn't have a microtransaction system that turns real cash into the credits to buy the loot boxes. However, Turn 10 has confirmed they will be turning on this feature very soon.
I did notice it's been grayed out, yep.
So they're going to turn it on very soon. I don't think they're going to turn it on. No, now after years.
Not anymore.
They're probably like, whoa, let's keep this off for a while.
Keep this off, see what happens. But yeah. But number 7 on the list, Gunny, Dead Space 3.
And you know what? I gotta say something about this.
I didn't make it.
I remember this, and I played through this entire game, and I didn't purchase a thing. Like, not a thing. So there was, you could upgrade your weapons and get stuff that would like make the game easier for you, but you didn't need to. There was no need.
Isn't there like I don't know if we're gonna see this in the next 6 of these, but look at the Assassin's Creed games where it has that. What is it you can actually purchase? Like I don't know, like something to speed up time or something.
What?
Yeah, like they actually have those things you could purchase.
Assassin's Creed Origins?
Yes.
I know they have
I
the
forgot what
horse
or whatever,
DLC or whatever. Oh, the Helix
The only
credits. I remember.
Yeah, the only
those.
thing you can buy are Helix credits. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember those stupid things.
But I mean, that's just if you want to progress further or quicker in the game.
But it says here, Visceral Games were forced to implement the structure to encourage you into relenting. But as many reports later stated, the game was never supposed to have such a terrible monetary model in the first place. Hence the fact progression felt so stilted and broken. And 4 years later, Visceral Games is gone. So EA killed them.
EA forcing people to
hold that statement you just made, Mark. I'll comment on that later.
Yeah, we'll have some comments about this later on here in the news. But let's see here, what number are we on? Number 6 on the list, Need for Speed Payback. Unlike Forza 7, Need for Speed Payback system actually locks upgrading your car if you don't have their loot crates. So a lot of their loot crates give you parts for your car, so they'll give you better brake pads, better engines, better suspension systems, better tires, better things for your car to be faster, right?
This is the newest game,
This is the newest one that has this system in it, and recently I've seen EA get backlash because this game because of this system specifically, because I think it's bullshit as well that they're not just locking cosmetics behind this fucking loot crate crap, they're locking like the things that make a car go faster. Like really? Like that's pretty messed up.
Don't mess with my gameplay with microtransactions.
Like
That's
to beat the campaign, I'm gonna need to fucking upgrade my car. Like,
it sounds like we're talking about a mobile game here, but we're talking about a AAA title.
Talking about AAA game that Need for Speed just came out this last year.
A AAA title that's getting buried.
Totally.
This game is getting no love whatsoever from anybody.
That game is dead on arrival. That's the death of Need for Speed, I believe. Honestly, I think they've managed to kill. They've managed to kill 3 franchises this year, guys. The Star Wars game from Visceral.
I don't know if that's
Mass Effect. Mass Effect, and now Need for Speed. Let's see what else EA can pull off this year. Yeah. Plant vs. Zombies 2 is number 5 on the list. Plants vs. Zombies 2.
Another EA title.
Owned by EA as well. At one point, they bought the developer PopCap, which was the creator of Plants vs. Zombies on mobile. The guy who actually created Plants vs. Zombies was fired from PopCap Games because he disagreed at a point in time when EA was making Plants vs. Zombies 2 and the game for the Xbox. Remember Plants vs. Zombies, the first game? When they were making that, they wanted like a loot box system. And the guy was like, no, I don't want that in my games. And EA was like, well, fuck you, you're fired.
Wow.
They literally let the guy go. Well, the guy who created the game.
Glad he doesn't work there. I
mean, he got money for selling the company. He got money for selling the company to EA, but he was let go from the company because he didn't agree with them.
And I didn't purchase PVZ 2, but I do play. I haven't played it in a while, but on mobile.
PVZ 2 was only on iPhone.
Yeah. Well, the new one's on Xbox too.
Okay,
right?
it's just Plants vs. Zombies on mobile.
Not Plants vs. Zombies.
It's Garden Warfare, right?
Garden Warfare 1 and 2 are on Xbox.
Oh,
but
the
actual Plants vs. Zombies, the original tower defense game, is what they're talking about. And Plants vs. Zombies 2 added these microtransactions that you could speed up because that was at the point where mobile games were starting to pick up on that.
Yeah. You do have to go back
through that in there.
Yeah. If you want to try and get
coins. You got to have so many coins to play a game, and then you can buy more coins if you want to keep playing, or you can wait till tomorrow when you'll accumulate, 10 more coins.
It actually says here that the creator George Fan he wasn't a fan of his game being bastardized in such way. He left EA earlier in 2017 to pursue a better company. Just fuck this shit, he said. Middle Earth Shadow of War is number 4 on the list. Middle Earth Shadow of War kind of copied EA WB is really going all out with the loot crates in this game. They fucking loot crates, like, they fuck the loot crates in that game. I am not paying for one loot crate in that game. That's what I'm saying. Fuck that shit. I'll play the game, but I'm not paying for your fucking loot crates, man.
Oh, same here.
But yeah, they've got loot crates in the game that increase your stats and your character gear to make you a better fighter, to make you a better, player against the AI. The fucking AI in the game. It's not like you're playing against other people. You're playing against the fucking computer.
Yeah.
And yeah, they went all out and did that. Number 3 on the list, guys, Dungeon Keeper 2014. This game failed miserably by EA. Like,
yeah.
EA, fuck this game. Another EA game.
I think it's free. Yeah, it's a free-to-play game.
But everything's locked.
Free-to-play mobile game.
But everything's locked behind a microtransaction. Like, everything's timed, everything's locked, everything's like, spin
this
coins.
This was one of the worst
everything's
offenders.
Yeah. People were pissed.
No, there's two more that are worse.
It's one of them.
I said one of. I said one of.
You guys notice a trend here? Like 6 out of the games we talked about, out of the 7 we talked about, are like EA games, I think.
EA games.
Yeah.
Oh, number 2 on the list. Guess what? Star Wars Battlefront 2 is number 2 on the list.
Hey.
Wow.
The great number 2
we all
spot.
know the story behind this one.
Not without good reason, DICE designed a system of progression that is almost entirely random. Yes, you can get 200 kills to upgrade a specific weapon, but every other aspect from taunts to damage boost, crafting components to currency is doled out at random, they said. So pretty much like, good luck, spend money on loot crates to gamble your way into our better loot and better stuff for your characters. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even though you paid $60 for it, or if you even bought the
I bought the $80 version.
Yeah, or the $79, $80 version. Sure.
You still got to pay.
Yep.
Wonder what happens if you got the $100 version.
Well, wasn't it when it first came out, they were saying there was a good chance, or you did get the unlockable characters? I just want to clarify on that.
I don't
in
know.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
About the $100 version?
Yes.
I don't know about that. It could be that you got
I
them.
don't think so.
But number 1 on the list, of course, the king of them all, the one that started the whole craze back in 2009, FIFA Ultimate Team, wins the top prize.
Other EA.
This game makes $1.5 million every single day. FIFA's Ultimate Team debuted back in 2006, 2007 in a game called UEFA Champions League, which was a soccer game, which EA didn't renew the license to that game in 2009. They actually moved on with FIFA only. They used to have another soccer game because they had the 2 licenses. But UEFA was the first game that had the Madden Ultimate or the FIFA Ultimate Team on there, where you buy the card packs, you get the players, you got the bronze, the silver, and the gold packs. But now, ever since then, FIFA Ultimate Team is the number 1 revenue generator for EA. And I mean, you can tell why. $1.5 million a day, it's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
And folks, this is where it all started.
Yes.
This is 2006 is when this game came out. But mind you, the Championship League game, I don't think you could pay real money. I don't think they brought the real money thing in until it got brought into FIFA. It was always an in-game currency where you would buy the packs and get it. And then once it was brought into FIFA, you could purchase with real money your card packs.
Yep, that was in 2009. It was fucking crazy. Like, I watched the video today on this shit, and it's like mind-blowing. Boom, it blew my mind how EA has done this for the last 10 years, just about. And their company, like, the value of EA itself has risen like 40% in the last 5 years alone. As a company in stock has risen 40%.
But now what's happening?
But now, the state of Hawaii is investigating them, Ryan, for predatory practices. Recently, last week, Democratic State Representative from Hawaii, Chris Lee, held a press conference to explain that the state of Hawaii is going to be investigating legislation banning games like EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 from being played by young children, both in Hawaii and possibly pursuing a nationwide legalization of something, some kind of legislation to pass against this game. So basically, if you watch the video, I watched it where the guy, the representative of Congress or whatever, is talking. He's basically saying this is like gambling. He said, quote, "This game is a Star Wars themed online casino. It's a trap," and I kind of agree with him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
You think it's that bad? You think it's that bad that it's a casino?
it is gambling. You don't. The whole point of EA system is to not let you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, but gambling consists of you pay money to get money in return. You're paying money for an item and you're getting that item. You just don't know what item you're gonna get.
Right.
It's kind of like going to the grocery store, right? Mm-hmm. And you walk outside the grocery store and you see one of those machines where you can put a quarter in and you spin it and you don't know what you're gonna get, but something's gonna pop out and you're gonna get something. You don't know if you're gonna like it or not. Do you consider that gambling? I don't really.
No, not really. Okay,
right? It's sort of the same. If you think about it.
It's blurring the lines.
Yeah.
But it's I think it was Belgium or some country in European, actually just I think it was today or yesterday, there was a news article that they were looking into this Loot Crate issue.
It actually is Belgium.
As a gambling.
The next article
and they stated it's not. That they're not. I don't think it was. I know Belgium's looking into it. I can't remember if they're the ones that came out with their answer, but somebody. I apologize. I don't remember which country it was. I read it earlier today. They stated it was not gambling, so their agency wasn't going to do anything about it. But they stated it was blurring the lines because of the electronic stuff.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find that article. So I can at least get the country.
It says here that Belgium, this is my next article, Belgium is moving forward saying that the mixing of money and addiction is gambling. Mixing gambling and gaming, especially at a young age, is dangerous for the mental health of a child. They say that they're trying to get this, regulations passed in Europe, but they have to go through the European Union, which is a lot harder than it seems, guys, because they have to go through all the countries in Europe that are in the European Union and get it banned.
Like they all have different laws and whatnot, so it's really...
It was the UK Gambling Commission. This story was today.
Yeah.
The UK Gambling Commission said since the prizes unlocked in loot boxes are usable only in the games in which they're won and can't be cashed out, they don't fit the bill for licensable gambling activity. They don't fall under the umbrella of illegal gambling. The commission has still expressed concern over the practice in games. So...
Yeah, I mean, geez, well, where do we draw the line here? Because I'm just thinking of look at trying to think of what game it was where it had the slot machines in it. Borderlands 1 and 2. Yeah, I know, but I think you just spent like the in-game bucks for it, right, Ryan?
Yeah, that was all in-game currency. You couldn't. It was in-game currency or the golden keys that you got from following people on Twitter and stuff like that. You could never pay real money to unlock a crate.
Yeah, so I'm just concerned about that because I wouldn't want the government to come in and go, well, it's a slot machine. Even though you're using in-game currency, the law is the law. We're just going to put a stop on it. So I don't want to come out and say, yeah, this is gambling, that's gambling, and just have it all regulated.
Well, what the legislator the representative in Hawaii is trying to say is that, we have laws against people gambling under the age of 21 nationwide in the United States. I mean, I don't know about other countries, but here in the U.S., you can't gamble if you're under 21. Like in a slot machine, you can buy lottery tickets, but you can't gamble if you're under 21.
No, you shouldn't be able to buy lottery tickets either.
You can.
What is it? Is it 18 or 21? 21, right?
You can, but not legally. You're not supposed to.
And in the United States, you can. In Oregon, you could buy tickets as if you're 18.
Really? You could buy like a scratch ticket or a Nevada
ticket?
Ticket?
I think California. Is it 18 or 21? Something like that.
But slot machines are 21. The slot machines are 21. And some countries are saying this is gambling. Some countries are saying it's not gambling. Like the UK said it's not gambling. I mean, other countries are saying it is gambling. I don't know how this is going to end up, guys. Because I watched the video earlier today. This started in 2009 with FIFA's Ultimate Team that was implemented with real money in 2009, and the guy who said to do it was the executive producer of the FIFA 2009 game, Andrew Wilson, which is now the CEO of EA. So he's the one that said back in 2009, he went to like his boss at EA and was like, hey, look, we should put this Ultimate Team thing you have over here in this game and actually have people pay real money. And we could make money this way. And they made a shit ton of money that way. Because now every single EA game has that in it. Every single one. Pretty much.
Yep.
There's like not one EA game that you can name that doesn't have it. Even Star Wars has it. Fucking Battlefront. And looking at this, during a meeting, Amy Henning, the lady who was heading up the game over at Visceral, she was the executive producer at Visceral for the game that they were making, Star Wars. During the meeting, she was asked, quote, FIFA Ultimate Team generates $1 billion a year. Where's your version of that in this game?
Yeah.
And she said, fuck you, I'm not putting that in my game. And guess what happened to Visceral Games?
Shut her down quick.
Yes. It says here that, I took some notes down. It says here, per like an actual game, like let's say a game, Star Wars Battlefront without the microtransactions. For that game alone, EA they spent 40 cents to make $1 back when you buy that game for $60. They spent 40 cents in development to get $1 back. With the Ultimate Team style like microtransaction system, which we saw implemented in Star Wars Battlefront and other games like the EA has made, they need to spend 20 cents to make $1 back. So they're spending literally half of the money that they need to spend to make more money. So like they're getting fucking 80% return on their investment in this system, which is fucking nuts. And it says here on this thing that I watched that if you take inflation into account from back in 2009 to now, and development costs for video games. You know how people always say, like, well, video games cost a lot of money to make. EA spends $300 million less making video games now than they did back in 2009 for the fact that they're making so much fucking money with this microtransaction system. It is nuts to me how this whole shit works. I mean, EA is I feel like they deserve what they're getting at this point because they pretty much kind of invented the system.
Yes.
Back in 2007, they invented it. They created this. And they were smart. Andrew Wilson, granted he's the CEO of EA now. There's a reason why he's the CEO. He made them a shit ton of money. And he's still making them a lot of money. And now that system has been implemented in every game. I mean, think back to Mass Effect 3. When we first saw this in Mass Effect 3, what were your guys' thoughts? What were your thoughts? I mean, did you spend money in Mass Effect 3 to buy the loot crates? Did you?
I didn't buy them. I didn't buy them. I think I just fell off of that game. I mean, after I finished 3, I think I was done with it. Played multiplayer a few times. I saw those loot crate, whatever things you could buy. I was like, it's all right. I wasn't even into the multiplayer that much.
Yeah, I mean, I never spent any money on it, but I know people that did, and there's obviously people that spent $15,000 on it. I mean, looking at the chat right now, Alan Maybe says that back in 2015 he says in 2016, he spent over $400 on FIFA Ultimate Team.
Wow.
Us $400 on top of the game that he paid for, $60. Or if he got the better edition, he paid $80 for it. And then he spent $400 on top of that. You know what I mean? Like, these companies are getting their money back left and right. But at the same time, whose fault is it? I mean...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's spending the money?
But back to Mass Effect...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, back to Mass Effect 3, I was a little ticked off about they wanted me to pay the $10 to unlock the beginning story of that game. I was like, screw you, I'm not giving you 10 stinking dollars.
What do you mean, $10?
Yeah, they had like a prequel to show something in Mass Effect 3. That
was if you didn't play the first game or the second game, right?
No. This was totally something separate. It was like something that tied into Mass Effect 3. It wasn't like super important to the story or anything.
Yeah. No, it was really important to the story.
Yeah, I was mad.
It was a character in Mass Effect 3 that you wouldn't get unless you pre-ordered. If you pre-ordered it, you got it for free.
Yeah.
I remember this guy.
And if you didn't pre-order, you had to pay $10 to get it. It was like the Lizardy Dreadlock
It was
guy.
release day. It was on release day that DLC was made available as well.
Yes.
I never paid for it. I was mad. I was like,
and I remember all it unlocked was like 20 megabytes on the game or something like that. It was like a 20 megabyte download.
That's the thing. It's in the game already.
The storyline that you went down had a lot to do with what was going on, right? Like if I remember correctly, there was a big thing about that character and the story arc that you would go on with him that would like have a lot to do with the story in the end, you know? And a lot of people missed out on that and didn't even know it was there.
Anyway, sorry, Wing. I interrupted.
Well, I want to... No, you didn't. Jesus had made a comment on whose fault is it anyways.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you were alluding to the fact that it's our fault for buying the stuff. I don't fully agree with that. I'd say, yes, we play a part because as a consumer, if we're going to buy it and they're going to make $1 bajillion, they're going to continue that trend.
Exactly.
But they started that trend. They put it out there and they said, if you want to win, you've got to pay more money. And I'm kind of irritated at the whole Battlefront 2. So again, I said before, I'm loving the game. It's great. For what it is and all that part, I love the game. On the loot box side, the progression side, I'm pissed off. I'm really mad.
Yeah.
I don't like it because what they have done is said if somebody... I paid $80 for it. I bought the most expensive digital version I could. And I find out that I don't even get the whole game. I can't play as Darth Vader, as Darth Sidious, as Luke, as Leia, as Chewbacca. I think there's one more. Maybe... I've got Solo. I think
there's a few that are unlocked from the beginning.
I think there's a few that are unlocked.
But Darth Vader is locked.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's locked. I just unlocked him the other day. So I had to get 15,000 credits, which takes me a long time. It took me since I've had this game. He's the first one I've unlocked. And I had to stop buying the loot crates, right? With
to
your
save
game
up
credits,
your money, right?
Because it's like, well, wait a minute. I need to... So you... Okay. Ugh, I'm all frustrated.
It's okay.
You get these credits for playing. You get very few credits for playing. Also, if you go into arcade mode, once you've played and completed, I think 5, I think is the max, you don't get any more credits. They'll tell you can start earning credits in 15 hours. So they've locked out how many you're allowed to do, even though you're playing the game that you paid full price for.
Bullshit.
They're not going to let you get any more credits. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
that's them.
BS.
That's them forcing you.
They're rigging
if you
the
want
system.
to continue, you need to buy money. You had to buy something, right?
Right. So it's like you're not allowed to play arcade mode all day. I enjoyed it. I'm trying to get 3 stars. Why can't I get credits every time I actually complete? Fine. Yeah. If I fail at it, I get it. I didn't complete it. But when I complete a level and you say you don't get any credits for doing it, that's BS. That's wrong. And then it's like, okay, well, I can go play Galactic and I can go play multiplayer and I can play it all day long and get credits as far as I know. I haven't seen that get tampered with, but you don't get a whole lot. You really don't. If you play the objective and if you work with a team, then yeah, you can get some more, but it is a grind. And to get to 15,000 credits, so I had to get 15,000. I'm like, I want to unlock Vader. So now I unlocked him. Now guess what? Now I have to play a multiplayer match, and I have to be on the Empire side, and then I have to earn battle points, like 8,000 battle points in that match to even have the ability to unlock them. And by the time I get there, if somebody else has already gotten there first, I can't play him because you can only have one on the field at a time. So you could go a match and never play as one of these hero characters. We're going to spend 90% of our time as a damn trooper. And now if you go back to the crates, if you notice the hero crates and the starfighter crates or the vehicles, those crates are like 2,000 credits to open up.
Yeah, they are.
The trooper crates like double the price because That's what you're going to spend most of your time as. It's a waste to spend the 2,000 credits on a hero that you probably will never get to play, where you don't even have unlocked yet. So they're rigging the system. They're rigging it, and it's their fault.
You have to be the best player on the field in order to get a chance to even play that character that you've unlocked.
So I've unlocked Darth Vader, but I don't know when I'm going to get to play him. Really, if I want to play him, I can go play Heroes and Villains, or whatever it's called, the hero mode, and then you can play as everybody. They're all unlocked because you can only be heroes there, But it's not the same thing. It's like I bought full price, and they want more money out of me. And it's just like, I didn't know all this when I bought it. I bought the games like Star Wars. I want to play the campaign. Boom. That's all I knew. And I bought my money. I paid the most expensive. I want it all, baby. And I like the game, but it's the whole progression and the loot crate that has me just freaking out of my mind. And I will not give them a dime. No, absolutely will not give a dime to them.
I've refused to buy this game. I played a little bit of the actual EA Access campaign, or what you could play through there, but I want to play the campaign. I don't even want to touch the multiplayer. I just want to play the campaign, and everything that's going on with this game just turns me off. It's just like I have no interest in it anymore, and it looks amazing. I think I would have a great time with the story and whatnot, but I can't do it. I can't bring myself to bother.
I'm with you, Ryan. I also want to play the campaign.
Yeah.
I know, Wingman, I know that Andrew, I think, Jesus, you mentioned his name, that CEO of
Andrew Wilson.
EA.
Yeah.
Andrew Wilson. And he made a statement this past week about this was never our intention.
Oh, bullshit. He said that. He said that back in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah,
when Mass
thing,
Effect 3 came out, there's a quote of him saying, when you make a game based on a franchise people love, you need to find the fine balance between making changes and not making changes. He said the same fucking thing back in Mass Effect 3. That was how many years ago? 4 fucking years ago. 5 years ago now almost. And the same bullshit. So, he's giving the same fucking line. Yep. But I'll tell you, one person who's not happy with him is Disney. And Disney is the owner of Lucasfilms, and they own the Star Wars franchise. And it says, I'm reading an article here that says the Disney boss, Bob Iger, fucking actually called him and made it very clear that they're not happy with the bad publicity the game is getting. And ultimately Star Wars is getting because of this. I mean, they're making the company look bad,
Yeah, but he also
said... I so bad want Disney to yank that license from EA. You're done. I want them to take that back. I really hope they do. Because that's the only way that these companies are going to learn. Mm-hmm. Because, I'm sorry, there's too many dumb people out there like myself who bought the game not knowing. If I hadn't bought this, if this was one of the games, I Want Others, if this was one I had waited on, I would not be buying it today. I'd be like you guys.
I pre-ordered it. I was like you, man. I was just hyped for the Star Wars thing, and And I say I kind of fell for it too. I mean, I was hyped for it, and I enjoyed the campaign. I won't lie, I did, but it wasn't worth the $60 that I paid for the campaign itself. And I don't agree with EA's practices of having this in every game. I remember mentioning an article that we talked about on this show, I want to say maybe a month ago or 2 months ago, where EA was quoted saying that they plan to move forward with all their games being as a pay to, what's that called? Is it not pay to win, but service as a game or games as a service?
Was that not 2K games?
Was that 2K? I'm pretty sure 2K. It was EA.
It was 2K.
No, it was 2K because we reported on that last week in our show, and it is 2K that it will be in every game. Microtransactions will be in every single game.
Which
EA already has it.
Borderlands. That scares me about Borderlands.
Not just Borderlands.
Yeah, because
think of other games
Borderlands could be in the same boat. That's the thing. Look how much money EA is making. 2K. Yeah. Right. Everybody's going down that same path.
This is a little crazy.
You mentioned it earlier. It's got their thing in to push it even to the next level of matching you up with people to force you to buy that. Well, I just got shot by this gun. This guy's kicking butt. I want it. I'm going to pay the money for that gun now so I can be like this guy.
You got killed by the Super AK-47. Hey, $5. pay $5 to get it yourself.
Our hobby's getting ruined.
It is.
Yes.
Look at that whole thing about Amy Hennig. Can you imagine an Uncharted style? Think of the game Uncharted and just say, skin it with Star Wars, dude.
Yeah.
Make it oh my gosh, it would be the best game ever. Yeah, it's what every Star Wars fan wants, and they canned it because they don't have microtransactions in it.
Yeah.
That's why EA canned it.
That's kind of bullshit. I mean, you think about what Amy Hennig had to do, and I'm proud of her. I'm glad that she stood up to them and said, "Fuck you, I'm not changing the game direction because you're telling me to." And it sucks that she got fired, but I'm glad she stood up to them because it's like, no,
but
fuck
she
you.
Probably didn't want to be there anyways because of what happened. Why are you going to stick around after something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just move on. Just move on. You're going to have a better relationship with whoever you continue working with. Right?
Phil Spencer needs to hire her.
I think so, yeah. Holy crap.
Go get her. Get Bluehole. Lock Bluehole down. And get the PUBG locked to Xbox and Windows, and get Amy Hennig to make that make a game. Period. Obviously, she can't do Star Wars, but I'm saying Microsoft, go to Disney and say, "Look, EA's screwing your license. We'll take it over."
Yeah. The thing is, EA did pay a lot of money for that. Like, I think they said, well, how much was it? Like $3 billion or $4 billion?
It doesn't matter if I'll guarantee that Star Wars is such a protected trademark. I'll guarantee there's something in there where Disney can yank it if anybody does anything detrimental to that license. And I think EA's done it.
Yeah,
I think
it's ruined, right? The game's out. It's already
Star Wars game.
And the thing is, right now, at this point, EA is kind of screwed, right? They're screwed with this game. Could this be the last Battlefront we see from EA or from DICE? Because they can't turn around now and turn. I guess they could turn down the money again and
they are going to turn it on. They said they would,
but can they at this point? I mean, at this point,
I mean they might have said that back then, but I don't think after everything that's gone on.
And they can't turn around and say
they're going to be able to.
And they can't turn around now and say, well, our DLC is going to be charged now. Like, you have to pay $5-10 for our DLC packs. They can't do that.
Well, sure, they could. They could if they wanted to.
They already said the DLC was going to be free. Now they're going to get backlash for that. So they can't turn around and sell a season pass because no one's going to buy it. I mean, what are they going to do? They're stuck with the $60 game they made that they can't make any extra money off of.
They can just lower the price.
Hey, hang on a second, though. Let's be honest. They are going to make a fucking killing this Christmas. It's a Star Wars video game. Mom and dad, they don't know about this microtransaction crap. They're going to buy it for all their kids. Every kid's going to own this game.
It did hit CNN and Fox and Good Morning.
Big news.
It's not something,
the story did hit.
Something that's going to get to that audience, really.
No, but you know what? It could, because when it's on CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC, whatever, you name the news.
It was on there.
When it's there, then that's when the parents are hearing it. And the thing is EA is getting nailed right now. Battlefront 2, Need for Speed Payback, and FIFA 18 everybody's in an uproar over those three titles right now for the same thing.
You know why I didn't buy Madden 18 on this sale?
That's huge news.
Well, the reason I didn't buy Madden 18 on the Black Friday sale, which I was going to because it was $30 or whatever, because I know I want to play Madden Ultimate Team, and I know it has these stupid microtransaction card pack bullshit crap where they make you pay money for. And I know there's people in the community that tell me, well, you're playing the game wrong. Am I really playing it wrong when I get on there and I'm getting my fucking ass kicked by another player that has Tom Brady and fucking, Ezekiel Elliott and all these fucking players that are like rated 95 or higher on his team because he paid money for the card packs, and I'm getting my ass kicked.
$1,000.
I go and I buy those card packs and I don't get anything, so I buy more card packs. I don't get anything again. I buy more card packs. I get Tom Brady, and I'm like, okay, now I need Ezekiel Elliott, so I buy another card pack. That is bullshit.
Yep.
That's bullshit. Yeah.
And they control how often you're going to get that stuff.
Yeah. You don't get to see.
They know what you have.
Yeah.
They know what you have.
There's some more duplicates.
That's another thing.
That's the worst, duplicates.
Wild about freaking duplicates.
Yeah.
Come on, you got it. I get them all the time in Battlefront 2.
Yep, same here.
I pay 4,000 credits
You
for
have a
box.
duplicate.
They give you a bunch of duplicates. So what do? They're like, okay, we'll give you like 200 credits.
Yeah, here's 200 credits for your duplicate.
So I just threw away almost 4,000 credits. I exchanged 4,000 credits for 200. Whoa,
Exactly.
what the hell?
Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah. It's stupid, and I hope EA pays the price for this.
I do too.
I'm thinking they're going to be okay as a publisher because they have a fucking shit ton of money, but I hope that this fucking CEO gets thrown out. Fuck Andrew Wilson. He's the guy who created this, guys. Remember when I say
made
this.
him billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Andrew Wilson.
And that's the thing.
Was the executive producer of FIFA 2009. He was the guy that went to his boss at EA because they had already scuttled the other license, the UEFA license. They weren't even going to bring back Man Ultimate Team. He's the one that came up with the plan of saying, let's charge gamers to buy these packs. Let's make them pay for these packs. And guess what? Ever since that fucking 2009 game, we've had this shit implemented in every fucking EA game. And every other game has followed suit. And that was before the iPhone craze and before the smartphone craze, before the app craze, really. I mean, yeah, you can argue the iPhone was out, but were there really a lot of games on there? Like, people were not really...
No, this had nothing to do with the mobile.
Yeah, this is all them. EA created this shit.
Mobile kind of pushed it to another level and made game
timing and all that
devs
shit.
realize that it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? I have no problem with it if it's a game that's free or costing 99 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, I'll pay all day for something I didn't have to pay $80 for.
Yeah, if I paid 99 cents, if I paid 99 cents and got 10 hours worth of gaming out of this game, then why? And I still want to continue playing it. Yeah. Then why wouldn't I throw the developer a bone and say like, yeah, here's another $2, $3. Give me a card pack or something. But that is the start of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, they can do that. Okay, they want that. So let's see how much further we can push the line. Oh, we can push it that much further. Okay, let's see how much further we can put this in AAA games? Yeah. Hang on a second here now.
This worked in Mass Effect?
Yeah,
you know what's going to happen? Right? You know what's going to happen?
Whoa, some guy spent $15,000 on one train. Oh, wow. All right, let's do this.
I'm going to predict something here on your guys' show. Okay, December 13th, when the free DLC comes out for Battlefront 2, they're also releasing 2 new hero characters, Finn and Captain Phasma. I guarantee that those characters will be free, but they will be locked.
Yes.
You will have to open them or unlock them with credits.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, think about it. Rainbow Six Siege does it.
Write this down.
Right? Rainbow Six Siege does it when they do new characters. Those are locked, right? You have to unlock them.
Credits.
Right. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to say, we're going to give you these 2 new hero characters free, and that's going to be the line. But when you go in, I'll guarantee it, and I'll let you guys know on the 13th. I'll send you a message. Yep, they're locked.
Well, here's another question. You brought up Siege. Do you guys think that Siege does it right where they release? Because, I mean, if you think about it, that game, you bought your base game.
$60, okay.
For $60, and you got what, like 4 characters or something like that?
12,
or was it more than that?
12.
Was it 12? Yeah, it was. Yeah. There was a bunch of different teams you could pick, right? And then every year they release what, like 4 more teams?
Yeah, so
they
like
come in
spurts,
right?
8 more characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think they all came at once. I think it was like...
So that's a microtransaction or maybe just a regular transaction on a regular basis or well, no, I guess on a yearly basis. But do you think that's a better way to take things than having these microtransactions?
I do, because the characters in Siege are not really paid to win. I mean, I can grind.
Right, they're not.
I can grind and play for like a month and get the 25,000 credits to unlock them for free through the credits in the game, or I can pay for the season pass. But if I'm playing as Thermite, which is a base character, and someone unlocks the Japanese character and they're playing against me, they didn't kill me because their character had a better gun or better gadget, and maybe their gadget helped them. But it was always fair. Like, it's always a fair balance.
Yeah, and they're always balancing things. So
I
that's
agree
always
with
good.
you, Jesus. I agree.
The thing
with
about
you.
Battlefront is they added these cards that, like, let's say I unlock a card for Darth Vader, and the card says Darth Vader's like the choking power with the Force, where you choke people. It's 40% stronger with this card on. So now I equip this card on, and I have Darth Vader, and then Wingman has Darth Vader. He doesn't have that card on. He has no cards on his Darth Vader. I have a better chance of killing him regardless. If we're both Darth Vader, I still get a better chance of killing him.
Right.
I totally agree with you. My question was, do you think that Siege is doing it the right way?
No,
Yes.
let's just say a little bit better, only
doing
because
it better.
they have Siege does have like a ton of DLC.
They do. They have tons of
most
microtransactions.
of
Cosmetic,
it's
though, right?
crap.
Cosmetics, yeah.
Yeah.
And I disagree with that. I
Slightly better.
It's better because the cosmetics I don't give a fuck about. Like in Overwatch, dude, I love the loot boxes in there because I'm always unlocking them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, cool, a new skin for Tracer, a new skin for Diva, a new emote for
It
this
doesn't
guy.
change the gameplay of the game.
Right.
Right.
And that's what it has to come down to. But
you're good.
What EA is trying to do is push that line, like I was saying earlier. They're like, okay, well, if we can make them pay for cosmetics, well, maybe we can make them pay for this. This entices them to be a better gamer, so let's push in that direction and see what happens. And we see what happens because this is what's happening right now, right? It's
What happened over the last, I don't know, I would say 7-8 years. I've never had an issue with, these $15 slices of DLC, like Call of Duty, right? Battlefield. Again, with EA, you've got your $50 season pass. I've never had issues with those. Because, hey, I know what I'm getting with that $15.
The latest Battlefield kind of has me mad that they still have those battle packs because now you only get like one skin per battle pack. Literally one skin. And a lot of the times those skins are really stupid. Like, I'm like, why did I pay for premium to have the DLC in this? It's like, in Battlefield 4 was way better. The way they did it in Battlefield 4 was way better. And I feel bad for DICE as a developer because they're the ones who made Battlefront 2. But at the same time, it's like, you guys completely fucked this up. Like,
yeah, remember we talked about this about maybe 6 months ago about this direction that EA's going, like, hey, you're going to get that free, it's going to be that free DLC. And I was even like, oh, this is cool because
yeah, we were all excited.
They're going to make it loot box style stuff. That's fine because I can resist the loot box stuff, right?
But you really can't because you got to competitive.
But okay, so we've seen that now with this game, and now it's looking like the same in Need for Speed.
Can you imagine Call of Duty making this system into their game where you get the perks and loot boxes?
Yeah, I mean, now I mean, the way I see it now, I'm like, okay, I'm fine just off the $15 DLC or $50 season pass. I'm cool.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think the way Siege does it is good enough. Just charge for the characters, man. Like, charge for the content that you might get in the game, like a new character. Like, if they want to charge for Darth Vader, cool. You charge $3 for Darth Vader, but don't charge me for the perks that Darth Vader has. Just give me all of them if I pay for him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Skins, items for characters I don't have. Yeah, they fuck this up.
The problem with skins in a Star Wars game is Disney will never be like,
make a pink Darth Vader.
You can make Darth Vader in a red fucking suit. Like, it's like, no, they're going to be like, no, you don't do that shit.
You don't.
Yeah.
So now EA is, I don't know, hopefully they fucking pay the price for this, and their fucking CEO is a prick. Fuck that guy. Fuck him. I said it. Fuck you, EA guy. Now we're banned from other EA shit.
We're never getting any.
Tell us how you really feel.
EA.
But guys, moving on now. Microsoft is being sued over the HoloLens patent infringements. Microsoft's HoloLens hit a legal speed bump. The mixed reality device, which is gaining traction with businesses, is at the center of a patent infringement lawsuit filed by HoloTouch. The Connecticut-based company alleges that HoloLens infringes on 2 of its patents, dating back over a decade, relating to its holographic imaging technology. HoloTouch is now seeking a jury trial in triple damages, although a specific amount hasn't been outlined, claiming that Microsoft willfully knew about its patent technology for years. In his filing, the company says it first approached Microsoft for a partnership in 2006, but never got a response. The tech giant then allegedly filed its own patent in 2013, citing HoloTouch's patent as a prior art, showing that it was aware of them. HoloTouch says it again reached out to Microsoft in 2015 and then again in 2016 to discuss a licensing agreement for the patents to no success. We've seen the kind of financial damage, patent holders can do to big firms in the quest for cash, and it sounds like HoloTouch is about to go on a warpath. The company claims that others are also using its tech, which lets users interact with machines using holographic images. Plus, its patents go beyond the United States to encompass Australia, Canada, Japan, and the United Kingdom. So apparently this company called,
Man,
HoloTouch says they own this shit. Why is Microsoft using
That's
this?
not good. That's not good. I think we found out why Microsoft hasn't made a push to make HoloLens a bigger thing than it really is.
Yeah.
You know, that's an interesting story. I mean, that sucks. It's not like Microsoft doesn't have the money to deal with this. I'm sure that they'll be able to
come up with an agreement,
get out of it without closing the company down or anything. But that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Whoever owns that HoloTouch company is going to be rich real soon, I think.
And the crazy part is that they're saying, they went to Microsoft in 2006, and then Microsoft said, "Nah, we don't care." And then in 2013, they used the art that they went to Microsoft with to file their own patent. So they're like, "We made that, motherfucker. We made that drawing. We're the ones who designed this. You stole our idea." See what goes on with that.
Interesting.
But guys, more news now with PUBG. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is going to get modified for China. Today, the Chinese tech giant Tencent announced it won the exclusive rights to officially release and operate PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds in China. However, the game will have to be changed to appease the government censors. It says here, it said for a while it said the game might have been banned because it deviates from the socialist core values and traditional Chinese culture and moral norms. Tencent, however, is going to have the game modified, saying it, quote, will make adjustment to the content and make sure they accord with socialist core values, Chinese traditional culture, and moral rules. And it also added that it would make sure the game offers a healthy, positive cultural and value guidance, especially for underage users. So yeah, they're gonna make it communist.
Right. Yeah. I don't even know what they're saying.
They're just gonna make it so that it suits the Chinese rules and regulations by the government, because that's the way they run things around there. I mean, you got to remember, this is the same place where you couldn't buy a console for a long time until this generation.
Yeah.
So it's video games have had a way different upbringing in that area of the world, I guess.
All right, well,
interesting though.
Guys, moving on now to some Xbox news, maybe Xbox news, I don't know yet. The guys who made Forza Horizon series, Playground Games, revealed earlier this year that they were planning to open a second studio, with the new non-racing game being developed as going to be actually an open-world action RPG. The newest addition to this project is Sean Eystone, who takes the role of production director at this studio, and he leaves his role as senior producer at Battlefront 2 EA DICE. Prior to this, he spent 10 years working for Kojima Production on various Metal Gear Solid games, including the open-world entries such as Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and Ground Zeroes. But also, there's a guy from Rockstar North, a guy who worked on GTA 5, Will Kennedy, who's now going to be the principal combat designer, and Juan Fernandez. So these two guys worked both for Rockstar for 8 years. They worked for Rockstar North, the guys who make the GTA games. And so...
Yeah, but wait. The guy from the GTA 5 is doing the combat?
Mm-hmm.
GTA 5 is not known for good combat.
But it's an open world action RPG.
Yeah, but come on, guys. The combat in GTA 5 is not.
It's not horrible.
Fantastic.
It was playable. It was fun. The game was fun.
I guess. I guess.
But
It's sold
apparently,
enough, right?
this new studio will be located at St. Albans House and is a 17,365 square foot building. The company is planning on a major refurbishment and will begin occupying both ground and first floor, with plans to move into the second floor by the end of 2018. The office will be home to more than 200 employees who will all work on Playground's open-world action RPG. Combined with the established Playground studio, this will bring the company's total headcount up to more than 400. Yeah. So,
I'm optimistically excited for this. I think it'll be,
I mean, big names there being moved to Playground Games. We'll see what goes on with that. I mean, hopefully they don't have microtransactions in their game.
Please don't.
Also, I didn't hear you read this, but the senior designer from Ninja Theory's Hellblade is also involved in this.
Yeah, a lot of
This game's going to look beautiful, whatever it is.
Yeah, this sounds really interesting.
Guys, speaking of games, Activision game now. Destiny 2 XP, the XP system was discovered to be rigged by players. So last weekend, Destiny 2 had its first Clarion Call event, which gave bonus XP to players when they were joined by at least one of their clanmates. In the wake of that event, some players noticed that the longer they played, the slower they progressed, despite the fact that they were repeating the same exact missions over and over and over. So for example, the first time a player would earn 5,000 XP, they'd see a large chunk of their XP bar fill. The second or third or 15th time they did this, they earned the same amount of XP, so they would earn 5,000 XP, but the bar would go only up a little bit. These bars would give you bright engrams, and Bungie came out and said, we've seen community discussion around speed gain in Destiny. After reviewing our data, we agree that the system is not performing the way we'd like it to. Yeah, right. Today, we'd like to describe what's going on under the hood and talk about what you can expect going forward when it comes to earning XP in Destiny 2. Currently, XP will scale up when playing longer or fixed duration activities like Crucible competitive multiplayer matches and the Leviathan Raid. And XP will scale down when playing activities that can be quickly, repeatedly chained, like grinding public events. We're not happy with the results, and we've heard the same from the community.
I'm going to keep an eye.
Effective immediately, they are deactivating the system, and as a result, players will see XP earn rates change for all activities across the board, but with all values being displayed consistently in the user interface. Over the course of the next week, we will be watching and reviewing the XP game data to ensure that these changes meet our expectations as well as yours. Guys.
Hell yeah. Go Bungie. I'm going to keep an eye on my XP bar now.
Fuckers. You know they were fucking making that shit so people didn't grind and get those bright rims. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Again, corporate mumbo jumbo.
Fucking
It was never our intention, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't know that this was performing. Fucking God. More news, guys. Let me load up this article real quick. This is an article about... What the fuck is this article about here? Gifts for parents who wish their kids played video games less. Oh, what the fuck? What is this shit? What is this?
Oh,
no one wants to buy these gifts.
They want me to go outside and play badminton?
No, I don't want to play.
Are you serious?
Gunny, I don't want to play that. Your kid doesn't want to play that.
No.
You don't want to play spike ball?
What the fuck
I can play this, right? Even the little trampoline?
No. Video games are cooler, man. Minecraft is cool, not badminton. What is this? The 1800s?
Spike ball?
Fucking
I'm going to break something in the house. We probably shouldn't buy this.
Are you buying your kid any of these gifts? Are you getting a tether ball?
I want to get tether ball. That was
badminton set, or how about this? A basketball arcade game. Like one of those ones with the hoop and the balls come down. Throw them in.
At a garage, I'd buy one of those. Those are fun.
It's only $127, Gunny.
How much is it?
$127. Buy now.
Yeah, it's cheap.
You buy now.
I buy it. Amazon, you have it?
That
yes.
That electronic
from Amazon
one would be cool. But the rest of the stuff, I live in the Pacific Northwest. My kids wouldn't be able to use this for about 4 or 5 months when it stops raining.
Exactly. No, man, you get used to it. People in the Northwest love the rain.
Gunny, this thing has 2 hoops.
Sweet.
2 hoops, so you can play with you and your son. You can both shoot at the same time.
Does it have it to where it actually goes up and down, like it gives you a difficulty scale?
I think they move. Maybe you could get a more expensive version that has
fancy one.
It's got a little digital counter, so it's counting your score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It folds up.
Yeah, man. There you go, Gunny. It looks like the the actual basketball court kind of looks like someone drew a penis.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, it
shit.
does.
Just noticed. Yeah. I don't like the penis.
Oh
Oh,
man.
man.
Oh, that's terrible.
Hang on. If anyone's in the chat, I will link you the Amazon thing so you can see it.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh yeah.
That's funny.
I was actually thinking, hey, this would be great for my 2 youngest who both play basketball.
Yeah.
Nope. Not no more.
No.
Wow.
For
Oh, man.
$27, that's not bad for what it is. Like, I don't know. It's got to be cheap, though. You're going to get it and find out that it's a piece of garbage. What else we got, Jesus?
Guys, more
Sorry.
news. Microsoft. If you ever been interested in sharing your Xbox One captures to Twitter or Facebook, you now can. As of 2 days ago, you can now use the fully revamped Xbox One sharing system.
Oh, sweet. I like that.
If you basically hold down the share button, you can hold down the Xbox button just after recording a game clip. You'll have to wait for your content to be uploaded to Xbox Live, of course, but then the share button will appear in the list of options, and it will let you share to both Twitter, Facebook, OneDrive, Xbox Live, all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure you have to link your Facebook account.
Yeah,
Twitter
yeah.
account
There is an
for that.
option to link it.
There you go. And then
Sweet.
that was when they did that Facebook thing when you can get those real friends, right? Like, play with these people because they're your friends on Facebook.
Yeah, you can see who on your Facebook list has an
Fuck
Xbox
those
Live
people.
account.
I don't want to play with them. They all have 360s. I'm on the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, moving on to more news. Nintendo's offering gifts to make up for Animal Crossing's issues. Animal Crossing is a game that released recently on mobile devices like Android and iOS platforms. But it had issues after the game released. But thankfully, Nintendo's looking into it and is going to fix the problems. But Nintendo is also offering an apology along with 20 Leaf tickets to the players. That's an in-game currency that you can use. You can buy it, I'm pretty sure, with real money.
But everything costs 50 leases.
Whatever. We'll give you 20, but you need to have 25.
Exactly. I guarantee you can't buy shit with that 20 leaves.
Might buy like one loot crate. One loot crate.
one loot crate.
I see here in the article, former executive at EA who now works at Nintendo of America. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! I was about to say what? But pretty much, this is Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is a simulation game with the classic crafting and building features. You can visit different animals on your campsite. I'm pretty sure you can visit friends on there. You can add friends on the Animal Crossing thing.
You can add friends, but I don't think you can visit. I think I remember hearing someone saying that they were disappointed you weren't allowed to visit other people's things, but you can give your friend some bells or whatever. You know what I mean?
I totally want them bells.
Yeah, get them bells.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to pay Somnook somehow.
Guys, if you missed the Tamagotchi, it's coming back. It's coming back,
way.
guys. It's coming back for the toy maker Bandai Namco is remaking the game for 20th anniversary with a whole new mobile experience. It's called My Tamagotchi Forever. It will feature vibrant new characters that are plenty more fleshed out than pixelated predecessors. It also shows in the trailer a town full of Tamagotchi characters that can interact with each other.
How have they not done this already?
Yeah, man.
Is this like Talking Tom or whatever?
Yeah, you remember those little things that were like on the little.
Remember you had like the little. It was like a Poke
They were on your
Walker,
keychain.
but it had a little tiny screen on it,
Yeah.
and it had a pedometer in it, and you'd like trained your little guy, and then you could feed him and pet him and stuff like that.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a thing, man, back in the day.
It was a thing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I
but it's
remember that
coming
shit.
back. It's coming back, guys.
And
Tamagotchi
this makes
forever.
sense because your phone has a pedometer. Your phone can
GPS,
do all
everything.
the shit with this. Like I'm surprised it took till now for this to come out. Why did I fucking think about this? Probably because I don't own the Tamagotchi fucking license. That's probably-
It's Tamagotchi.
You can register online to be notified when the app goes live in 2018. But yeah, it will be available on iOS and Android next year. And guys, one last story that'll
Tell your kids.
get you hopeful. This is a feel-good story. A story about hope. So this is a post that we have here on GameFAQs. I don't know why the hell I have a post from 7 years ago, but apparently Zelda saved this guy's life. He says, quote, well, this is a post. I'm reading the post he wrote. It says, I noticed my drug habits decreased as Zelda games helped me deal with my anger issues. Playing Zelda games steered my life in a positive direction. Before I started playing games, I was a heavy drug addict. I spent all my money from my job on drugs. What a waste. Luckily, I bucked up my ideas and got hooked into video games instead. Since I started playing Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, I have been cleaning off drugs, which is why I still game to this day. I am a champion. Indeed, while some people smoke drugs, attend self-help groups, or turn to God, some of life's troubled souls discover that their salvation lies within the virtual sanctity of video games. Whether it's going into dungeons and listening to an annoying ball of light, or some chicken hidden spent to ease pain, there's evidence all over the internet of video games having an entirely positive impact on people's lives. Yes, it is true. Video games really can save lives.
Amen.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree.
yeah. Jeez, I can't think of the guy's name. Is it Game Over Greggy? I think he made a big speech a couple of years ago about how it really helped him get through a really bad marriage and divorce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
was a
mean,
great speech.
a story similar
same
to
one.
that is a friend of mine that I know. He owns a game store, and the whole reason he got into doing the whole thing was because when he was going through a messy divorce, his psychiatrist said to him, "You need a hobby. You need something to occupy your time." So he started collecting Nintendo games, and now he owns one of the biggest retro stores in my area. Like, it's literally him collecting NES carts turned into him starting a business, which, got him out of this hole that he's in. And now he's got a beautiful wife and 3 kids, and he's a great guy. And, that was something that sort of turned his life around and changed things. Video games can do things. They can do good things and bad things.
Totally. Video games are good, guys. They're good. I like video games.
Horrible gamers agree.
They gave me through some hard times. I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
I've
I'm
been
sure
through
we
it.
can all say that. You have a shitty day at work or whatever. You
Absolutely.
pull some people's heads off and you feel better.
Yeah, I feel like even with my last job and just playing on the 360, I would have tore my freaking hair out, watching TV, So coming after work, I needed something to let go.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been through some hard times the last few years, and podcasting and video games, man, it does it for me. Yeah.
Right? My life's gotten better. Look at me. I'm podcasting because of games, right? Reaching out on social media with other gamers, talking about games.
You nerd.
Hey.
You fucking nerd.
Yeah.
No, but I love video games, man. They got me through my divorce that I went through just a few years ago, actually, in 2014. I mean, yeah, so it's crazy. And it still gets me through it every day, dealing with all the stuff going on with that. But guys, let's move on now to community questions. Facebook
Yeah, we've
is
got
the
a lot of
place to leave these questions. You can go to facebook.com, search for Horrible Gamers Podcast. You find our page, then you can see the link to our group and join our group. Also, on top of our group, you will see links to other groups like the TXL group, this Xbox Live. Yeah, join it. Join it, because this Xbox Live is what kind of started this show. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
I mean, we were all there before we were here.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's crazy, Wingman. I've been listening to you for the last fucking 6-7 years now.
I'm sorry.
It's crazy.
Wing, you and VGO were my first 2 video game podcasts I ever listened to.
Cool.
I think TXL was like the first video game podcast I listened to. Huh? Yeah, I think it was.
Because I listened to TXL, and that got me on Achievement Hounds. And I was also listening to VGO at the same time. And those were the first podcasts I downloaded on my BlackBerry. And that was the first time I ever had... That was the first time I ever even like had a podcast app on a phone, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I started. Well, I'm into Xbox.
The only reason I found podcasts,
and that's how you guys came up, is because I typed Xbox in and I got this Xbox Live.
How long has the show been going for, Mark?
10 years.
I think we're we started out under a different name, but somebody owned that. It was Xbox Podcast. We actually own that domain now, so Xbox Podcast actually goes to us. But that started out probably about 10 years ago with a guy named Kyle and myself. Yeah. Kyle is known as Moronic Cow, who so him and I, and then Brun joined us like in episode 5. And we did that for about, I think I left around 68, 69 episodes. Basically, we all left, and that show ended up folding. They tried to replace us, and the whole group of podcasts that quote company had fell apart after we left. And so Brun wanted to just do blogging, so he was trying to come up with names, and he was asking me a bunch of different names. And I'm like, dude, I think this Xbox Life is cool. I like that. And he had left kind of. So then I was like, Kyle and I are going to leave. We're going to leave because he left before us. He just got burned out. And then Kyle and I left for different reasons. So we came over and kind of convinced Brun to do a TXL podcast. And so he tried to leave podcasting, and he's still stuck with it today. And we've been doing that, I think, for probably 8 years now. I think we're going on with TXL. And it's, and we, Kyle left to do Achievement Hounds. And I brought Rob, he's actually my best friend from high school. We've been best friends for a long time. I brought him on, and the 3 of us do TXL. And we've been doing it all along. So, yeah, it's been a long time. But we enjoy it. It's like, I mean, we do it as a hobby, Yeah. That's the thing. We don't, we're not getting paid for it. We're not bought out by Microsoft. People will ask us stuff, or people get mad at me because, hey, you're supposed to be a Xbox guy. And I'm like, I am. But it doesn't mean I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. If there's something about it I don't like, I'm going to say I don't like it. Because I don't get paid by Microsoft to give people a line of PR marketing spin. Mm-hmm. You're hearing my personal thoughts, and you may not agree with me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's part of what I always liked about your podcast, man. It's a very honest podcast.
We love the Xbox, even when we're hating on it. It's because we love it so much, and we want them to fix what we were aggravated by. Yeah. So,
you guys were my first podcast that I listened to. I think back in 2011, 2010, and I joined your guys' group in 2011. And so I think it was like as soon as you guys made it, I joined it a few weeks later, and I was like, oh, hey, get to finally talk to these guys. And it was fun, man. It was fun getting to, from there to creating this podcast to having you as a guest on our show now. That's fucking awesome.
Actually, it's cool to see. Just like Achievement Hounds spun off from us because Kyle took that and brought in 2 other listeners of our show to do Achievement Hounds. And now you guys formed this one. It's cool because it's like, I feel like that proud parent. I think Brun and Rob feel the same way. We've got these to other, like children, if you will.
Can we call you daddy?
You're not our kids, but it just kind of feels that way from a podcasting standpoint. We're proud. We're proud of you guys.
Totally get that.
To take it one step further, Wing, actually, now that I think about it, this Xbox Life inspired the first show that I was on, sort of by name, because we were called Our Xbox World, and I kind of came up with that thinking about your podcast. Now that I think about it, yeah, and that was a long time ago, man. Yeah,
yeah. I think I started listening 5-6 years ago because I remember I had an Android phone at the time, and now I've actually been a Patreon to this Xbox Live for the last year.
Oh, you're paying them and you're not paying us? What the fuck?
Well, yeah, I know, right?
Gunny, pay us.
He's paying you with his time.
We should be on Twitch. I give away gold,
Wait a minute. He pays you with his time, too. He watches you every week on Twitch.
Hey, Gunny, we're going to have you on the show with us tomorrow. We're going to bring you on.
I know I haven't been on that show. Yeah, I've only been on. It's been a while.
Actually, guys, a fun story. If you want to hear the very first podcast I was ever on, I was so nervous, but I was on the 2013 or 2012, either the 2013 or 2012 E3 show for TXL. And I was so fucking nervous. I was sweaty palms and everything, man. I was like, oh, I'm going to be on a show with these guys. And I remember, it was awesome. Cause I got
I was on in 2016, and I remember Brun just saying, all right, Headley, you're going to start off the show. And I was like, I can't. I was so nervous.
I think it was the Xbox One reveal that I was on, and we were all talking about the Xbox One, what our thoughts were about it, and how... what we thought, about what we saw during that E3, because that was the E3 where the Xbox One, the next generation of gaming, was coming in. That was pretty wild. Such a long time ago.
I just looked it up. Our very first episode of TXL was on August 4th, 2008.
Fuck.
Wow.
Damn.
And I want to say, we have yet to implement microtransactions. 2018 is going to be a big year for us.
Go to the website, thisxboxlife.com.
DLC and everything.
Wait a minute. Whoa. You have already implemented microtransactions.
Patreon.
Wingman. You have Patreon. You have Patreon. But I will give you
more.
Yeah, I will give you that. You don't give anything extra to Patreon members.
That's right, because even we put with you go on Patreon, you can do rewards, right? So if somebody donates $1 a month, we don't necessarily we say in the thing okay, well, you have our undying gratification, but we're not going to announce you. We still announce it anyways. And if you do $5, we announce your name on the show and say that. And then it's if you do $10, you can come on as a guest. Well, we had Dawn of Time on last week, and she's not a Patreon member. It's just kind of we want to make sure if someone's doing a Patreon that we do reward them.
Yeah.
And I think what we've done more is we've had Patreon-specific gifts or giveaways.
Yeah.
Where we've given stuff away to our Patreon, because they are actually financially supporting the show.
Didn't Gunny actually win one of those?
Yeah, I won that, and I bought Sniper Elite 3, and wow, that was the best game that I won that I've played this year.
Right? Sniper Elite 4.
Sniper Elite 4, excuse me.
Yeah, that game's fantastic. But yeah, he got I think it was a $60 gift card, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because we gave a couple away, and we gave a couple to our Patreon people. So yeah, we do try to do that, and the money that comes into us pays for our equipment, pays for our, we just had to pay our annual hosting fees. It's not cheap. It's not free because we don't use the free podcasting stuff because they don't always work. So, it does cost money to do this.
It does.
Otherwise, we give it back to the communities. And we did
and that's what I've always liked. That's what I've always liked about your podcast is you always give it back to the community. And I always said, even when we've talked about trying to do stuff like this with these guys, I have always said, we need to do that. You know what I mean? We need to give back to the community, whatever we take what we need to pay for what needs to be paid for, and everything else goes back to the community.
Yeah.
It's not really about us if we did something like that, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's the same with XL. It's not our show;
Mm-hmm.
it's the community show.
Yeah.
We are open. If somebody wants to come on, shoot me a message. All you need, you just got to have a headset and a mic. You have to have a headset. You can't-
I've never been on TXL.
Ryan, what are you doing tomorrow?
No, you know what? We talked about this before, and then you had Jesus on after I talked to you about it. But it's hard for me. It's hard for me to get on your show because you're late on a Sunday night, and I work early Monday morning. So that's the main reason. I mean, I reached out to you that one time because we had a Monday off, but I ended up not being able to do it because it was when it was Canadian Thanksgiving. I was going to come on, and then I ended up having to go for Thanksgiving dinner, so I couldn't come on your show. And then you had Jesus on.
Yeah, we do need to get you on, Ryan. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, just
I will let you know the next time I have a Monday off or something when I can do it, and we'll do it for sure.
So, cool.
We got to get into these questions, guys.
Yeah, we got community questions, guys.
Community question time. Leave us a question over at the Facebook group. We always make a post before the show on Saturday or Friday night, and we ask for questions, and we have questions this week. Guys, I have a question from Clint, because you guys failed to put those in the notes here.
I didn't see Clint put a question.
Clint's questions.
We can't answer your question, Clint.
You shut your mouth, Gunny. Clint asked, what do you think of Disney gaming business as of late? Pulling the plug on Marvel Heroes and Disney Infinity and their handling of EA surrounding Battlefront 2? That's a question.
Why did they remove Marvel Heroes? Why did they do that?
The license fucking is probably expensive. Think about how much
They
they have
own
to...
Marvel. Disney owns Marvel. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
why would they... Did they take it from them?
Did they,
I mean, I
did
think
they
this
charge too much
announcement
money to
came-
the developer to make the game? Maybe the developer's like, we're not making enough money on these microtransactions.
Free to play.
That's what I'm thinking. Is
'Cause it was free to
Disney
play,
wasn't
right?
making enough money. Yeah, it was a free to play game, and you could buy characters and stuff like that. But it's weird because it did really well on PC, and it's a very Diablo-like game, where it's a top-down kind of isometric shooter.
I saw my brother playing that, yeah.
And it was fun, but as soon as it came to console, that's when everything kind of went to shit. It's true. Like, unfortunately, like it came to console, and that game just went. But yeah, it's weird. Like Disney, I guess it's probably they weren't making enough money to cover the licensing fees, and it just wasn't worth it anymore. Which sucks because I don't know. I know, Jesus, you listened to a couple of shows with Anthony Gallegos on it, and he worked there. So I don't know what's going on with him.
I was kind
Seems
of...
to have some shit luck with
He
developers.
does. He keeps...
The Zombie as well, and they fucking went.
These
tits
companies
up.
that don't do very well.
Yeah, but to answer your question, Clint, I mean, you heard us talk about it earlier, but yeah, I think they're just totally screwing this up with Battlefront 2. And
Well, the way Disney's response to it was a good thing. I think the way they responded and they're handling the Battlefront 2 thing it's a good thing because they're telling EA, fix your shit.
Yeah, but then he also, the guy from Disney also said, well, we do agree with Andrew, and we, that they, put a stop to these microtransactions.
They want money just as much as anyone else. So if this would have worked out, don't doubt for a second if this would have worked out that Disney would have been like doing this too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
they're not the,
like if there wasn't such a backlash, Disney would be right behind this, pushing it along, going, yeah, bring us the money.
Yes.
As far as Disney Infinity, I think that just didn't work out for him because it cost too much money to make those figures, man. Those little fucking 3D fucking
right? I mean, it's
figures
just
and shit.
I don't know about that. I think Disney Infinity just like
It came out too late, I think.
Yeah, out of all of them, you think Disney Infinity would have worked the best because it had the Disney characters, and who doesn't want to buy figures of Disney characters, right? Like everyone and their kids, they want this.
Mickey Mouse and shit.
He just said it came out at the wrong time. It came out at the tail end of all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like the Toys to Life stuff
Wasn't it like
starting.
2015 or something, or 2016 when it came out? It came out very late.
No,
Yeah, I think there was
No.
Skylanders had already come out, I believe.
Yeah,
It was out
Skylanders was
before
out.
was out.
Yeah, but it came out, I would say maybe
Just
2016, early 2016, late 2015 maybe?
no, Disney Infinity. No, it came out earlier.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember my kid was. I
Really?
think my kid was 8.
So,
Yeah.
Skylanders was on the
came
360, huh?
It came out
Yeah.
in August of 2014 is when Disney Infinity came out.
Yeah, because I bought it for my kid and he didn't like it. So
So Skylanders was out way before that, because I remember Skylanders on the 360. I remember my kid...
Came out October 2011.
Yeah,
3 years prior.
Yeah, 'cause I remember my kid we went to a GameStop and she opened up a fucking Skylanders box.
I remember you telling that story before.
we had to pay the $26 for these stupid 3 Skylander figures that she opened up at GameStop. I'm like, why did you open those? And she's like, I don't know, I thought they looked cool.
it's such a money grab, those things.
$25 for a fucking 3-pack of Skylanders that I never ever game with ever.
Dude, I got hooked on that shit. I got
me
hooked.
too.
I had the first series. I had like all of them.
You're
I had
crazy.
like all of them.
You're
I was like
fucking nuts.
fucking woohoo!
Like
Toys
those
to Life is
pops,
cool.
like those pops
And then
behind
the
you.
next, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
The new series, the upgraded series.
The pops. that might be gone soon. To be honest,
Whoa.
that might.
What's the next thing Ryan's gonna have on his shelf? Wait till next year. We'll see. He's gonna have loot boxes up there.
Oh god, gold, platinum loot boxes
them all loot
line his
boxes.
walls.
It's gonna be a bunch of EA branded loot boxes back there.
If it makes money, okay with it.
Another question that Clint asked was, do you feel that what occurs with loot boxes constitutes gambling? And Harlan Meeks said a follow-up question to this would be, do you see a difference between pay to win and pay to save time grinding? Like, you pay to win or you pay to save the time grinding. Do you see a difference between that? And is it gambling?
I mean, we already talked about the gambling thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't feel like it's gambling really. I mean, it's a different,
Form of gambling?
No,
It's a chance, right? You're getting a chance to get something.
but you're not. You're buying a product because you don't know what the product is, but you know that going in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that going in.
Okay.
So, like I said, think of the bubble toy fucking machines. You put your quarter in. You don't know what you're getting out of it.
I want
you
the
might
cool
get the
looking-
cool slappy fucking
I want
thing
the
that
cool thing.
that sticks to. You could steal people's money with. You know, the little hand.
Yeah.
You know, you might get that thing, or you might get a little fucking doll. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same sort of thing. That's not really gambling, and that's aimed at children as well.
But do you see a difference
know?
between pay to win and pay to save?
Yeah,
Because pay to
Not
save
really.
time is like mobile gaming. They kind of give
Yeah.
you time,
mostly,
right? Yeah.
or pay to play more.
Yeah. Pay to play
Which-
more.
Which is really, video games have always kind of been that way. Even back in the arcade days, it was put
Yeah.
another quarter in if you want to play some more,
More credits.
right?
Yeah. What
Anyway,
about you,
sorry.
Wingman?
Gonna say something?
It's I don't have a problem with pay to play if it's free to play. But when you pay $60, $80, $100 or whatever, and then you have to pay more to actually get the full value or all the content out of the game, that's a big problem for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like the shortcuts. I think Battlefield did it. Like, well, you can, unlock, as you get these guns as you rank up, or you can just pay us $20 and we'll give you all the shotguns now.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, when the game first starts on day one and everybody's at the same, well, somebody's going to go pay an extra $100 and unlock all the weapons, and boom, now they're owning you in the game. It makes the game unbalanced in a multiplayer.
Definitely.
So don't, that's what I have the problem with. Don't make it unfair. Don't make us kick out more money than we already did and then cry wolf or cry poor when you're not. You're making $1 billion a year off fake cards that nobody can do anything
And
with.
like I said before, development of games cost less now than it did before. $300 million less than it did before.
And now they're not pressing discs. They're not making boxes because everything's physical.
They don't even make game menus anymore. You have to go into the
They
options
don't do that.
menu.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a crock. It's a crock of crap. It's just a bunch of spin they're trying to make while they're, but I can't think of the term, but basically they're misdirecting you over here. They're dangling something in front of you to get your attention, and they got their other hand in your back pocket.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
exactly what they're doing. So,
yeah.
make the games free. If this is the way they want to go, make the games free, and then make your $1 billion.
EA, it's fucking bullshit. Fuck EA. Guys, next
What
question.
you said.
What was your most valuable game purchase this?
$1 billion.
EA. Whoa.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
My bad.
Whoa. Feedback. Sorry, guys.
Whoa, you were so loud there, Jesus.
Our producer over there fucking doing some weird shit, guys. But next question, Adam Sunday asks, what's your most valuable game purchase this Black Friday? I picked up Wolfenstein 2 from Best Buy for $20 with the help from a $5 gift card. That's a good price for Wolfenstein 2 because I paid like 30 or 40 for it.
Yeah, $20. Wow.
That's cheap.
Good deal. It's a good deal.
You know what I bought was those pinball tables. Luckily, the ones that were on
I bought a
sale.
bunch of them, yeah.
Yeah,
week.
I even gifted some. They were so
You
good.
gave me some, Gunny. Thank you. You gifted me a marble pack or something from that.
Yeah,
Probably like Ryan, I owned all those tables, and the ones I don't have aren't on sale, and I was mad about it.
Yeah.
I was like,
I got
yes, I'm going to
ones that are on
complete my
there.
collection. Not a one that I need was on sale.
They only had like 4 packs on sale, which was really weird. I thought they would have had more.
Yeah, I did too.
yeah, it was kind of a weird thing that they did. Like
Only
I think
certain ones.
Star Wars tables, there was like 2 packs out
Yeah.
of 4 that were on sale, which was strange.
The
but
marble pack was on
Well,
sale.
because-
And then
Again, this comes down to like,
Money.
sure, now you like those Marvel tables.
Oh,
Now
okay.
you can
I
buy
see
the
that.
other ones, right?
I see the
But
hook that
even-
you're trying to do. Yeah.
Even the other tables, like they're not that expensive at regular price. I mean, $15. And for me personally, $15, I get more than $15 worth of play out of the 3 tables that I get in a pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But that's me because I'm gonna play the crap out of
Yeah.
them. So
Okay, the other thing I bought, guys, I bought a Steam Link from Steam.
so you
Did you?
link your TV
Yeah, it was
now?
$5, so it was like $7 shipping. It came out to like $12.80 or something total. I tried to hook it up to my PC up to my TV, my OLED, and it didn't come out right. And I thought, man, this is so
PC
freaking complicated. I'm just gonna get Steam Link. It'll just be a 1 button.
Did it work?
Well, I haven't gotten it yet, so I
Okay.
should get it tomorrow.
We'll get the update next week to see if
Yeah.
Gunny's Steam Link worked. I could predict next week's after show is Gunny not knowing how to connect the Steam Link.
Yeah,
I can see it already. I'm gonna spend 2 hours talking to Gunny
On
about
Skype.
technical issues he's having with his Steam machine.
Fucking Steam
I'm
Link.
calling it now.
we'll call you on Facebook, Ryan.
Oh, man.
No, you call Sean. He's the one that made this
yeah,
deal.
do it. You talk
so
to Sean.
you can talk to Imes about it.
John Fuller, you heard that, buddy. I'm gonna
I'm
wait.
kidding, Gunny. I will help you if I can figure out what's wrong. I'm just joking.
I personally picked up Wolfenstein 2. I got it for $40 on the Xbox Live thing because it was $30 for the base game, and like for 10 more bucks you got the deluxe edition, which came with the season pass, and the season pass was on sale for like another $15. So I was like, it just makes sense to buy the $40 game if you're gonna get the season pass. I was like, fuck it. So I bought it for $40. Because that is the one game that I haven't bought besides Need for Speed and a few
well,
Sims.
game that you wanted to have bought.
Need for Speed and Sims, which are both EA properties. Fucking EA. But yeah, I know that plenty of people in the community went out and bought, like, there was one guy in our group that was like, I bought fucking Dishonored 2 and Red Dead Redemption and all, like, fucking, he had like a list of like 6 games and he paid like $70 for them. I'm like, damn, that's a pretty good
But
deal.
doesn't he work there?
Yeah.
What did he work? Smart Target? What was it?
Target or something, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had that much money to spend right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only picked up Shadow of War and I got a 6-month Xbox Live subscription for like $35 or something like that. So I was happy with that.
Not bad.
The deals were not nearly as good.
I think we'll see more. I think we're gonna see deeper discounts during the 25 days to Christmas thing they do.
Yeah, because games will be out longer, and then they might start tailing off. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, let's push this game a little more, or let's put it on for like $30 or $20.
Yeah, so, not $45.
Don't forget, guys, we got Cyber Monday coming.
Cyber Monday. All right, guys. Next question. Harlan Meeks asked, and why say X? He asked, I want to know Mark's opinion. I'm pretty sure he meant opinion because there's option on here, but I'm pretty sure he meant opinion. I want to know Mark's or option on digital download versus physical disc. So your
my opinion on it?
Yeah,
I'm all digital
Same
myself.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot because a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't have to sneak a disc package from Best Buy or Stop past the wife anymore. I just push the button. I can put it on my own credit card that I paid. She doesn't see the charge. So I never have to answer to the boss. No, that's funny. I just like digital because it's just so simple. I just want to play something. I can just, boom, I can change a game. I'll often play some. I don't have to go, and I know I'm a big guy. I'm lazy. I don't want to get up off my chair and walk the 10 feet to put a new disc in. When I moved to Washington, I had a wall of 360 games, and it was just like, I mean, it was this big floor-to-ceiling shelf, and it was just rows and rows and rows of 360 games. And that was a nightmare. Several boxes to ship all those, so I ended up like getting rid of a bunch of them. I just like digital because it doesn't take up the space. You know, you still have to install the physical discs nowadays. You still have to install, so there's really no advantage. It's not like, well, I don't have to buy a hard drive. You still have to buy the hard drive.
You install a little bit less because, or download-wise, you install the same size file, but some of it installs off the disk, and then some of it.
But it still takes time.
So basically, what it does is it saves bandwidth if you have bandwidth issues.
Right, but you know, that's and that may become a huge problem.
It could,
yeah, and I know for some people it already is. But I just like the digital. It's where everything's going. I like digital music. I've gone over to digital movies. The one thing I'm not on yet is digital books. I still like to have an actual book. I've done some. I still have to have the physical book. I don't like reading magazines or books. I got my phone has the Kindle app on it, and I've read some books on it, and it's convenient. But I like a book, man. I just like a book.
There's something about having a book in front of you or a magazine or whatever, you know. Something about that. I feel the same way as you, Wing, about that. I mean, like, I know a lot of people that love their, like, Kindles or you know, e-readers or whatever, but nah, man, there's nothing like reading a book.
The Kindle is pretty good. It's pretty nice, though, man, when you actually have, like, a Kindle thingamager. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Anyways.
But
so
that's my thoughts.
For me on the physical digital thing it's a toss up. If I can find a cheaper physical, I'll buy a physical. My other thing is you guys know sometimes I can get games early. Mm-hmm. When I do that, it's a physical disc. I can't get a digital download early, right? So like that's another reason for me personally that I still buy physical.
Transport the digital copies on a truck.
Yeah.
I can see you standing on the highway with
just waiting for the truck to go by.
For the truck.
I remember Ryan. I remember we used to talk about this on the Horrible Gamers back in the old Horrible Gamers all the time. We used to talk shit about you because we're like, that motherfucker, he gets like every game early, like every week, every game you'd be posting like, Look at
Yeah.
me! I have fucking this game 2 weeks early. I'm like, how the fuck?
No, it's never that
You
far.
got it like a week early or something. We're like, how the fuck is he playing GTA 5?
The game would release on a Tuesday, and I would probably get it on a Thursday or Friday.
God, that's still 5 days. Now you got to pay $20 extra to get that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah.
On digital. Hey, you got to pay $80 for the deluxe edition to play Star Wars on a Tuesday instead of Friday. This is bullshit.
All I can say to you guys is if you want to do the same thing, take a look at your local flea markets, because they might have games early. I don't know.
Idea.
Hey, I don't have a local flea market.
Whoa.
I do digital. Well, except for this last.
But yeah, but I agree with you also, Wing, about digital. It's like so convenient. I love digital. I love, you know what I mean? I love not having to get up and put a disc in. You don't know how many times whenever I'm playing a physical game, I'm like, I want to change to something else, and I'm like, oh my God. Or a disc is installing, you know, and I can't play another disc game because I'm installing a disc. You know, stupid shit like that happens all the time.
The best part, I was going to say, the best part is when Wing shoots me an invite for a game and I'm on my home screen. Boom! I just hold down the home button, right to that game.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's the cool
Another
thing.
thing is when I used to have when I had a 360 and I would travel for work and I packed that thing with me, I'd also have to pack the games. Like I'd have to take, okay, how many I'm going to be gone for a week? How many games I might want to play, or I might play someone else online while I'm traveling, so I'm packing those. Now I don't. I just copy a few games onto my hard drive and I throw the box and a controller in my suitcase and I'm done. I don't have to worry about it. And if for some reason I want to play something else, then I just download it.
Yeah.
I re-download it wherever I'm at. So also I've got three Xbox Ones in, one's in two are here in my house, one's in a different location I'm not going to disclose. Just in case the employer's listening. I
don't think they would.
I doubt it. I don't even mention. They have no idea that I'm a gamer. They don't need to know. But sometimes it's a little slow at work. So and I don't have to carry a game around. I can play my game on any of my three consoles that I have. If I go out and visit Brun, I can log in and download anything I have and play it there. It's just extremely convenient. The cloud is great.
The cloud saves, man. Those are awesome.
Love the cloud.
Yeah. Digital is the way to go. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and then so with like Battlefront 2 or even Wildlands recently, I've been playing in two different places. So when I come home and I turn it on and I play it, it syncs my game. So I take off right where I left off. I mean, and again, that would be the same with a physical disc.
Yeah.
But I don't have to carry the disc for it.
Well, not only that, but also the perk of I can play Pinball Effects on 4 screens in my house, and it will sync across all of them because I can play on this computer, Windows 10, play on this Xbox over here. I can play on the Xbox One X in my room or in my living room. You know what I mean? Like I can play it on my laptop. I can move it all over across all of them, and because it's digital. So Play Anywhere is a big reason to go digital as well. I mean,
game sharing is another reason.
Yeah, that too.
But that's with a friend.
Yeah, I mean that's another, and that's a big thing for me too. Is like I buy a lot of physical games still, but I would prefer to buy a digital game. The reason I buy a physical copy is the reasons that I have. So.
Yeah.
But if I could, I would go all digital.
It sucks when I launch like Gears of War 4 or Dishonored 2 because I have those on disc. Yeah. And it's like, do you own this content? Please visit the Microsoft store or insert disc. I'm like, fuck. I don't want to play this anymore. I'm gonna go play another game.
Game you have installed.
I don't want to get up and walk 4 feet to my TV right there to install a disc. Oh man!
There's a solution to that problem though.
You call your daughter in.
You could run 25. You could run a 25-foot HDMI cable and have your Xbox sitting right next to
I
you.
should. Good idea. Good idea. Then it'll overheat on the carpet or something and blow up.
Yeah.
You put a
Just
blanket
have your
on top
daughter
of
to
it?
bring you in
Just
something
have
to drink and then have her change the game disc while she's in there giving you a refreshment.
There you go.
Just mount it to the side of your chair.
Mounted to the side of a chair, vertical. Next question, guys, from Harlan Meeks. He asked, he asked, if I don't really care about playing it in 4K, are the new systems worth the money? Or should I wait for either a price drop or a, in quotes, totally new system to come out? I would say, if you don't really care about playing in 4K, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, does he care about playing in HDR? Because that's the bigger.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But you kind of need a
But I think
need a
it's kinda
4K.
safe.
You need a 4K TV on HDR
Hey,
Yeah.
Also-
Exactly.
also Harlan, Destiny 2 is coming out with HDR.
and 4K.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't have an HDR TV, so
for-
why would he
Oh.
care?
That's true.
Right. Don't
Right?
bother then.
That's kind of what he's saying. But the benefits that you would get from it, and we talked about this earlier as well, is you're going to get better load times, especially running in 1080. It's gonna probably be even faster, I would assume, because it's not pushing nearly as much. There's more GPU power there to push these processes, right?
That's it's a tough question. It really is.
It's hard to say. Yeah,
I think it comes down to a financial decision, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've
Yeah.
got the money and it's not a big deal, jump on board and get 4K TV and the new console. I think you're going to be happy. If you don't, or that's too much to buy it once, which it obviously is, these TVs are not cheap, nor is the console. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like I know you've heard these guys last week how amazing it is, and if you're going to sit 4 feet away, then yeah, it might be that great. But when you're playing Battlefield and you're running around and everything's going by
at the end of the day, it's gameplay.
You're not gonna see it.
I'm not sitting there. I'm not sitting there.
Someone sitting next to you watching you play is probably going to see it, but you're not because you're too focused on what's going on. Like that's
your crosshairs.
It's true.
And
It's
the
true.
red dot in the HUD and.
But there are times that you stop and go, wow. You know what I mean? Like there's
and then
like,
you get killed.
That opening of Shadow of War, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was friggin' amazing.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Like,
games
it's just-
around.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider,
So,
man. I'm telling you, Tomb Raider. Best game ever.
I still got that. I might go back.
Go in there with the enhanced visuals, the frame rates, and all that shit. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's fucking amazing.
We got to push through these.
I don't know though,
questions.
man. Like I say, fucking.
My rump's getting sore, man. I've been sitting here for 4 hours, guys. I'm not used to this. We
3
go
hours now.
2 hours, and we got to do less than 2 hours. So.
I would say if you're not really worried about the 4K, wait for the price drop. It's gonna happen next year. You know it is.
Yeah.
No, $50 off,
And
100
4K
bucks.
TVs will probably be cheaper as well, so you'll have that. You know, if you don't have the money, Harlan, then wait. You know.
Harlan also asked us, in your opinion, is the video game rating scale obsolete? Because most kids 9 through 17 have cell phones with internet access where they can pretty much view whatever they want. So like the M rating, the P.
I don't think it's obsolete because it's. I mean, it still informs the parents of what is in that game. You know what I mean? Yep. And the thing is it's only physical copies that have that. Right. Digital copies don't have a rating. So maybe it is becoming obsolete.
No, I don't.
No.
I think you're wrong. Digital copies are good. The game itself has the rating, whether it's digital or physical or not.
But if you go on the Microsoft Store, you show me where there's a EULA. Or not a EULA, in ESRB.
It usually says on there.
Is there a rating on there?
Booting it up right now.
I don't think there is.
I always thought like
we
on the
went through and
360
researched
PS3
live.
it showed this game is not rated. Remember it used to show that?
Yeah, I think it shows rating
that's at the beginning of like a trailer or whatever. So you'll see
Not
that when a trailer's starting to play. But when you go into the store to purchase a game, there's no ESRB rating.
What? No way. I'm pretty sure
Not
they're
on
all...
a digital game. Not on Steam, not on PSN, not on Xbox Live.
What the fuck?
I'm almost positive of that. But physical copies have to have it. It's law.
Yeah.
A physical copy has to have that rating on it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's obsolete. I think because, again, we're self-regulated, right? Let's listen up, EA. We're self-regulated. We don't want the government stepping in trying to decide what game I should play and which one I shouldn't.
Whoops. Here,
So-
it's there. Oh,
It is
Xbox
there?
mute. Xbox mute. Crap. Sorry, guys. I hope you can't hear that. Yes, it is. I went. Need for Speed Payback is rated teen. It's listed right there on the.
Oh.
You go to the page.
Oh, well, there you go.
Huh.
You're wrong, Canadian.
So in the
Are we-
U.S. anyways, it's
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe I should turn on my Xbox and check myself.
But no,
Because
not
I don't remember seeing it.
It's not
I don't
obsolete,
think we
though.
need to revisit it yet.
No, it needs to be there. It's there for a reason. I mean, like, even though most people ignore it anyways,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like
YouTube.
I feel like moving forward, parents are getting more and more educated about video games, especially with this new EA shit that like been all over the news recently, and it's just like they're paying more attention to these things. I think. Jeffrey Rittner says, Mark, I want to know why you're so against pushing X to pick up ammo and armor in Wolfenstein. If I remember correctly, you're a huge Borderlands fan, except for the last one. Essentially, it has the same mechanic. I honestly think it's the best first-person shooter single-player story mode we've had in a while. The only reason I bring this up is you took another jab at the game on a recent show. Great show, keep it up. Love TXL as well. Listen every week to both. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeff.
You know, I think it was. I take the jab because I'm taking a jab at Rob, who loves the game. I'm ribbing my best friend. I'm not necessarily ribbing the game, but I will say so. When I played Wolfenstein, so not Wolfenstein 2 or New Order or Old Blood, the one that came out right before that, I played part of it. For me, I just didn't like it. There was something about that, and it's been so long, I really don't remember exactly what it was, but I probably was used to playing games. You just run over the ammo and you'd pick it up, and it was like I run over it, and oh wait, I got to stop and pick it up, and I think there was something more of like you had to. It was probably like you had to be perfect in a certain spot to pick it up. And it's like, I'm in a fast-paced shooter. I don't want to, let me stop and make sure I'm positioned exactly correct and hit the big blue button. And I think it was more like that. And it was a style of game I think I just didn't really care for. It is more of I feel like the game play, the way of the kind of, you got to run in a circle. You're constantly running in a circle to stay alive. And I was listening to some people talk about this in Wolfenstein 2 the other day, on an IGN podcast, and the guy was like, I didn't really like it, and they kept telling him, well, yeah, you're probably trying to take cover, playing like a cover shooter, and you need to go old school like Quake, like you're just running circles, and then you'll actually stay alive. And I don't never have really liked that style of game of the running in circles. It's not
really running in circles as much as you have to keep moving. It's similar to Doom. If you stop and try and take cover, you're just going to get destroyed. You're better off to leave that guy that you ran past than to go back and try and shoot him, because you're going to get to a point where he can't hit you anymore anyways. So you just keep moving and progressing forward, right? You always want to be moving. If you're not always moving, then you're going to get over, you're going to die. You're dead.
And I like the stuff more like Wildlands or the Ghost Recon, the
being a little more
Splinter
strategic.
Cell. Rainbow Six and Battlefield, and kind of try. I like the Call of Duties and Titanfalls. To me, that's very fast paced. But even that in the campaign, it's not. It's more tactical. And I think the Wolfenstein, the Dooms, the Quakes, there. And I can't remember the term. There's a term for it. Like
run and gun.
No, it's not, because Call of Duty's run and gun.
Yeah.
But this one's more of like circle strafe or something like that. There's a specific term that you got to keep moving, and it's more of like I think we're you got to keep if you move in a circle around that guy, then you're gonna keep killing him, and he's not gonna be able to really target you.
Yeah,
and I just can't think of what the term is. So
Borderlands was kind of like that too.
Yeah, true.
If you were think about it, you could do a lot of just circle around the enemy, shooting them, and you would kind of make your way through, right?
I think you had to. I would say maybe on the boss levels, yes, but not through the entire game.
Going backwards a lot. Let's just say that.
But
if you're playing Borderlands,
you could cover, you could, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it wasn't, You still have to move, but I still feel it wasn't. I don't know. Wolfenstein was just like, oh my gosh, I just didn't care for the game, and it's also I know people love Dishonored, and like Thieves.
You better not say bad things
Wolfenstein.
about
And no, but it's. I think a lot of it too is like that steampunk type of look.
You don't like it?
I don't like it at all. I can't. I just don't like that.
That's a cool
and I
look.
feel like Wolfenstein kind of. It's not steampunk, but it kind of reminds me of it, like the look of the game.
The way the armor, they have the armor.
Yes, and it's just. I don't know. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I never have. So I think. I kind of bug Rob. I tease him because he really loves the game. So I'm more jabbing at him when I say that on our show. Wolfenstein. I used to play Wolfenstein back in the day and loved it. But I feel like my gameplay or game style has changed. And that's kind of more of an old school style of gameplay, which I just don't enjoy anymore.
AKA
so it's just my personal take.
Old people stuff.
I'm old, exactly. I need something more slowed down, You
need to bring back Medal of Honor World War II for Weekman.
Back in my day, we played Pong. That's the way it was, and gosh darn it, we liked it.
We played Tetris all the time. Guys, moving on to the next question. In the wake of recent events with EA, we as gamers have a serious concern when it comes to DLC and microtransactions, Robert Sullivan says. Do you think such tactics actually help produce better games? Now, I'm not implying that EA is doing the right thing, but used game sales don't get the developers any money, whereas DLC means they continue to get funds, in essence helping fledgling game companies stay afloat and thereby producing more and higher quality games. That being said, did you catch a lot of bullying for having the last name Cox? Or were there more high fives? Okay. Well, after today, I'm saying fuck EA, man. Like, just the way they did the way they've done this since 2009, 2007 actually, but they've actually monetized it in 2009. It's just messed up, dude.
They're not actually producing better games.
And they're not. They're just taking more out.
More games.
They're just trying
that suck more money out of you. If they were producing better games, we would be looking at a visceral Star Wars game with Amy Hennig produced. Instead, that got canned because there's no microtransactions in it.
Yeah.
So no, they are not producing better games.
Yeah. I don't believe that they are. The only big game they have coming out next is Anthem, and I bet you they'll have DLC and that crap for microtransaction.
I should point out also, this is just my own opinion, but shouldn't with Star Wars Battlefront 2, the campaign's got to be really good. We've got Star Wars 8 coming out, but shouldn't the multiplayer shine in this game? In a sense, it's done well, but we shouldn't be talking about this, right? About all
multiplayer does shine. It's not. The game is great.
Yeah.
It's the progression It's the progression system tied forcefully to microtransactions that is the problem.
Those cards, those perks, man. You get extra perks and abilities with those cards. How do you get the cards? With the box.
Pay for them.
How do you get the box? You pay with credits. How do you get more credits? You can get a lot of more credits if you just pay with real money than if you would grinding it out. It's just the way it goes. You could grind it out for 50 hours if you don't do nothing but play video games all day, I guess. But how many people really do that? We have jobs and stuff, man.
And let me say this, too, in response to the helping fledgling game companies stay afloat. No, because I think Bluehole is a great example of a company. Their game, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, has sold over 13 million copies, and the game is not even released yet. It's still in preview.
Did you know that game is nominated for Game of the Year?
And it's not even released. Okay, come on. This is a no-name company, and there's no microtransactions in that yet. They probably will be, but
they are making an MMO.
I'm sure it will happen, but right now they sold 13 million copies of it.
They have crates in that game, but I don't think you can purchase them.
I think they're cosmetic, right?
I know it's cosmetic, and then you can sell them on the Steam marketplace. No, you could sell them. Right? You could sell them for real money.
Yeah, on the Steam marketplace.
On the Steam marketplace, but that's different. That's a completely different thing.
That's a whole different series.
So it's like your progression in the game and all that is not tied.
No, it's not affected at all.
Point. They didn't need all that, and they've got. I mean, it's an insane amount of games. I mean, that's sold money in their pocket, and it hasn't been released. So they don't need to do that. I would, there's other games. If you make a great game, people are going to buy it. You don't need to nickel and dime them to death.
I would even, following PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Bluehole studio, I would say CD Projekt Red. Look at that studio. How much money did they spend making The Witcher 3? Was it like 15 million? And how much money did they make? Like fucking 300 million or 400 or 500 million, something like that?
They made a lot of money, yeah.
They made a shit ton of money.
That's a great
because they made a good game, yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the companies, you just need to make good games to, you can't argue. I can't sit here and make a fucking clone of, Candy Crush and then cry about it because my studio is getting shut down because I've made a clone of Candy Crush and it sucks. And, well, you guys need to support game developers. It's like, no, you made a shitty game, dude. I mean, what the fuck?
They need to make good games for consumers to buy.
Guys, Tapia asked, if net neutrality is crushed, where does it leave gaming?
I don't even know what net neutrality is. I mean, I see it, but I have no idea what it is.
Basically, it's like this thing where like the companies that are like Comcast and all the the companies that own the internet, right? Like AT&T, Comcast, Time Warner, all that shit. And net neutrality basically at this point is where right now they can't control your content, right? Like you pay for the internet and you watch whatever you want to do with it, whatever, whatever. Well, if this gets crushed, what it's going to happen, what they could do, it's not saying they will do it, but what they could do.
Well, you better believe they will.
Is start charging you extra for different packages of internet. So they can say, hey, Gunny, we use your internet for gaming. We'll sell you the gamer package for $10 extra a month, which will let you game online with a better connection. But your other connections might not be so good. But if we see you also get on Facebook and Skype a lot. We'll sell you the Skype and Facebook package as well for another $5 on top of your internet. And then we see you stream Netflix and Hulu. So how about we also sell you the Hulu and the Netflix internet package as well for another $5 a month. This is all on top of your regular internet price.
So with this government,
they're kind of like microtransactions.
It is microtransactions for the internet, and it's bad. It's really bad for gamers. Because think about how many games come out in a year where like I use a lot of bandwidth, man, and like
same here.
It's crazy how that would affect me as a gamer because I would be like, well, fuck, I have to pay now another. On top of Xbox Live, on top of the video game itself, on top of the unlimited internet cap that I have to pay for. I have to pay another $20 because I'm a gamer.
Oh, well, it's not even the worst part. I mean, that is bad.
Yeah.
But that's not the end of it because then the flip side is Comcast, AT&T, Time Warner, whoever your ISP is. Now they're going to also go to Netflix and say, you have to pay us because you're streaming your stuff on our network. And now so that Netflix is going to have to pay for it. Otherwise, they're gonna cap what can come across and make it so slow that customers on there aren't even gonna pay for it. So then Netflix doesn't want to lose customers. They got to pay all these broadband providers. And where's that gonna go? It's gonna come back to us, and means our prices are gonna go up every month.
And they already have. Goes up.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I used to get Netflix for $8.
Dude, I remember that $8, and you would also get the DVD in the mail for $8.
Yeah.
You got 2 discs, right?
Yeah, you got the 2 discs in the mail, and then the streaming for $8, and now it's like
we never had that up here. We never had the disc
now we
thing,
separate the disc and the streaming, and now it's like, well, if you want to stream 4K, it's another $2. It's always adding up, man. So yeah, like nowadays, Netflix, if you're streaming 4K, it's like $15 now, or $16 a month almost.
15, yeah.
It adds up.
And it doesn't cost them any more to have a 4K version or a standard definition version or 1080p. There's no difference in cost for them. It's just which file are you going to stream? Oh, you paid us more money, so we'll let you watch this one. And they're all sitting on the same server.
It's bad for gamers if this net neutrality stuff doesn't, it doesn't hold up, because right now the FCC is going to try to they already said they're going to get rid of it again. And I'm not sure is there countries around the world that have this issue right now? I mean, I think I've seen posts where people from Australia and New Zealand are saying they have this issue, but I'm not 100% sure if it's true. I'm just saying if it does happen here in the US, you bet your ass we're going to see prices increase on internet, usage of certain fucking services like Xbox Live, Netflix, Hulu, even music
on the phone,
Pandora, Spotify, all the shit you stream on your fucking phone, all that's going to go up. So be ready.
And that would probably work out through places like your T-Mobile, AT&T.
Yeah, they're going to charge you more because you're using the internet.
It would all tie in.
Hey, you have us and you're using it.
And then they're going to, then your ISPs will make deals with certain people like, say, Spotify, and that means they won't allow Pandora or any other streaming audio service on their network. And that means the consumer has no choice. It's taking our choice away again. And, you mentioned about Australia. Yeah, you mentioned about Australia. We had we had 2 brothers on from Australia on our show one time, and they were talking about the insane amount of money they pay, and they're really slow at how expensive it is. It's insane down there. They basically are paying. They'll pay more of the cost. So if they go to download a game, they pay the high price of the game, and they'll pay almost equal the same amount of money just to download it.
Wow.
So their games are doubled in price.
Fuck that, dude.
I mean, I always complain about how expensive it is up here. In Australia, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so
I mean, they have a lot of other rules too, that are different. Certain games don't get released there because they're too violent or they have a too high of a rating or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, it happens all the time. Mortal Kombat, I think, got banned. I think they had to make a special version of it or something like that just to have it released out there. Yeah. So
I don't even know how Wolfenstein 2 got released on there. That shit has a lot of gore in it and it's all fucked up. DeShanto Wright asked, is Jesus Antonio Gonzalez, that's me, ever plan on getting a PC? I think you would like Total Warhammer. Since you like city building games, if not, have you tried Halo Wars? Gaming PC, I don't know. I kind of don't want to. I'm a console gamer, man. I like just fucking getting on my shit and turning it on. And if I get into PC, I'm going to get too much into the stupid graphics cards and all that shit. I don't want to.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Money, man. No, I don't want to do
Hey, I got a GTX 1060 and I paid everything out the door was $2,000.
And how much do you game on your PC?
Yeah, not as much as Xbox.
Yeah, I bought a gaming rig and don't use it.
There you go. Answers my question.
I have a
but it's got its perks.
1070 in mine, and I probably paid around $1,700 for my gaming PC, and I see more on my Xbox, especially now that I have an X.
No.
I mean, it's got its perks. Like, for example, when I see certain things coming on, when I say, hey, this is coming out on Xbox, I'm like, I played that 3 months ago, 4 months ago I played that on PC.
Yeah, but no thank you. No thank you, Gunny. You keep your PC, Gunny. You keep it.
I love my PC.
When you're done with it, you can sell it to me for $12.
Yeah, then I give me $580. I'll get a GTX 1080i.
You need to save that Patreon money you're giving to TXL and
Hey,
your-
shut up. Shut up.
Hey, how long would that take me?
Oh man. Thomas Klosek asks, since we are a community of gamers, has there been any thought of doing a game of the month you guys decide on or come up with and we vote for to play for the month together as a community? Yeah, we thought about that. It's hard as fuck to get fucking...
Not everybody has everything, and
everybody's on different things.
Rough.
It's hard. Trust me, I get online all the time. If you guys want to game with me, just invite me. Shit, I'll play whatever.
Yeah.
You know the games I have, I talk about them. It's like almost every fucking game on Xbox. So, yeah, just invite us.
Yeah, like within the community, there's little groups within the community,
There
right?
is little groups. We have the Destiny group going
Destiny
together.
one.
There's a Battlefield one. There's a Call of Duty one. There's the fucking, there's the people that play like the single player games. There's the people that play the pinball. There's the people that play all kinds of different games. It's just get on.
just talk to those people that are talking about it. That's what the community is for, right?
Yeah.
Hop in the community. What's someone talking about? Jump on, start talking to them, and you'll find a group of people that you can play with.
And
That's
I
sort of
make
the whole
friends.
point of this.
Make
we talked
friends,
about
people.
the football community thing, like that would be so much easier to do because there's an in-game tournament that you can create.
Yeah, and on top of that, pinball is free.
Well,
you know what I mean?
no,
Well, the main
because
table.
that's the problem with doing the pinball tournament is like, okay, who owns what tables? How, like, we got to figure out who has or how many people have a single table, right?
Yeah.
Like, we got to figure out what table most people own is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so I think we just
go off of that.
We should just start with the free table that's on there.
Something free or something.
Well, I don't know if you want to do that.
Anyways, guys, moving on now. Brian Tobe Jr. says, what's your favorite food on Thanksgiving and what the fuck? You guys need to learn how to write. And what do you hate for Thanksgiving? What food do you hate for Thanksgiving? Yeah, what food do you hate for Thanksgiving? Also,
Hey, I'm gonna stand up for these guys because I'll bet you most of them are typing on their mobile devices.
Yeah.
To you and their freaking phones are auto-correcting everything. Apple, Android doesn't matter. Their autocorrect sucks.
Yeah.
So my favorite food on Thanksgiving is, of course, turkey legs, man. I fucking love turkey legs.
You can't say turkey. Yeah.
Turkey legs.
Get that dark meat.
No,
I like it better. I like it better than
White
the
meat.
breast. The breast is too.
No, man.
Oh no, it's not
Oh,
good.
no, you gotta have
That
white
dark
meat all the way.
Oh, dark.
Dark.
Even the
way.
dark meat.
And mashed potatoes and gravy. That's bomb, dude. Or stuffing is good.
Stuffing,
I
broccoli
need turkey
salad,
leg. I need mashed potatoes and gravy, and then
green bean casserole.
with
green bean
the
casserole.
with the gravy dripping in the bottom of the stuffing. Oh, man.
Oh man, damn.
Pumpkin pie, bear Cool Whip.
That's
Oh
good.
yes, there you go. That's what I had, Wing. I'm gonna go have that right after the show. Actually,
Oh, wow. Yeah. What do you hate for Thanksgiving, guys? What's something you hate for Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie.
you know what?
Actually, what? No,
it's the best part.
pumpkin. It's gross.
Oh man. I hate
like cranberry
coleslaw.
sauce.
I hate coleslaw. Who the fuck puts coleslaw on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
That's not good. Coleslaw is nasty.
You know what I hate? I and my mom likes it,
What?
but you can just buy the cranberry sauce, the ocean spray, straight up,
Yeah.
just gel in a can. Right?
Yeah,
That's
That's
perfect,
good
right?
stuff.
Hey, Wing, do you ever just throw that on a sandwich with your turkey?
Oh no.
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 Okay,
I've
maybe
seen
it's
people
just
do
me.
it.
Maybe that's just me. But you know what I don't like is the one that's got the garbage in it.
The garbage in it.
Well, it's not the actual cranberries. It's the texture that it's got strings and cranberry pieces and
Ew.
I want it like
sound
gel.
What kind of cranberry sauce are you eating, Gunny?
Organic
You
straight
really did put garbage in your
with
cranberry
the fucking
sauce.
vines and everything in there.
I feel like it's somebody took the vacuum cleaner stuff and just threw it in there and mixed it. Just the texture, just
You sure your wife's not playing pick on you or something, man?
my mom. I gotta ask her like, what kind of crap was that? Just get the straight
secret
gel.
recipe. Oh man. What's your worst food on Thanksgiving, Wingman?
Anything than turkey or ham. You got to have turkey. Now, I smoked a ham the other day, but we took it down to my aunt and uncle's, and they smoked the turkey.
Ham is good.
So I have fine with ham, but I have to have turkey. So if there's no turkey, then I hate everything.
Yeah, it's not Thanksgiving without turkey, man.
It's not.
It's like the one time a
save
year
the ham for
you can eat
Christmas.
turkey. It's like the one time a year we eat turkey.
Yep.
Ham, we could have it on Christmas or Thanksgiving, but turkey, man, has to be Thanksgiving. Thomas Klozak asked, what's the best movie based off of a video game? As bad as it was, I really enjoyed Doom. Oh, best movie.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Wasn't that with The Rock?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was good.
I thought
It was okay.
I thought it was
Okay,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. A 10.
Oh, man.
Hey, you know what movies I like?
What movie?
Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the Resident
There you
Evil
go.
The
movies.
first one was on the other day, and I was like, oh, yeah, the first
The
one.
first one is
awesome.
really cool. The second one, I was like,
Yeah, they
get all
progressively got worse and worse and worse. But they were still good action movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Nemesis one was pretty cool. That was like the second or third
and what's
one.
her name? You can't. How can you not look at her? I mean,
Like her and then the other chick she was with, yummy, you know?
Mila. What's her name? Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that. Yeah.
Sean Imes Fuller. Well, what about you, Eamon? What's your favorite movie based off a video game?
I really don't know. I really can't think of any at the moment, to be honest.
The Tomb Raider movies.
Yeah, Tomb Raider. I thought
That's
with Angelina Jolie, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was bad at all. So, but I would probably pick that one.
I wish Hitman was a good V, man. Like that video game is so
Oh,
perfect.
But it wasn't.
It's so
But it
perfect.
wasn't a
That
movie at
video
all.
game is perfectly set up for a fucking movie, and they just fuck it up every time. They just fuck
And
it
I
up.
don't like that guy. as an actor
It's because
anyway.
they try to go in there like it's an action movie. Dude, Hitman is like a fucking silent killer. Like you can't fucking tell he
Yeah.
killed somebody, and like they're like in here having him shoot fucking SWAT teams and shit. You're like, dude, this is not Hitman.
That's what I hate about video game movies most of the time is they miss the point.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
completely
They
miss
try
it.
to be an action movie when it's like the game is not about that whatsoever. It's like we were talking about Rampage, you know what I mean? Like they changed all the crap in Rampage and it's like this doesn't even why are you even calling it Rampage? Because it's not a
It
Rampage.
has a big
movie.
wolf. Big wolf.
It's based on Rampage. It's not Rampage. Because you just taken the story and twisted it into your own little thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
The best movies based off video games are any movie directed by Uwe Boll.
Yeah.
You guys don't know who he is.
And then
huh?
there's a fucking
He's the guy considered every movie he makes is a video game movie, and they're the worst movies. That he's known for making horrible movies.
Oh man, there's a Hitman series coming out, like a Hitman TV series. They actually licensed the Hitman name off of Square Enix or something, and they're making a TV series out of it. We'll see how it does. I don't know.
Yeah, do you remember the TV show The Transponder or The Transporter?
Yeah.
That was a movie.
But it was a TV show as well.
Oh.
And it was very similar to what I'm guessing is going to be the Hitman TV show.
Not good.
Hey, speaking of TV shows and video game related stuff, should we talk about Future Man?
Dude, Wingman, have you watched Future Man on Hulu?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh, is it on Hulu?
Yeah.
I don't have
It's
Hulu.
Super cheesy, but it's very video game related, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like the stupid comedy shows like what's that one with the dude and the chick? Oh man, I can't remember what it's called. It was the guy's name is the title of the show.
No idea. It's a lot of shows like that, man.
But it's cheesy. It's got a lot of relatable
Video
stuff to video games, but it knows it's being stupid. Like,
So
you know what I mean? The show, like, it just knows that it's like, okay, all right, yeah, we're just gonna be stupid, all right?
Fuck
Like,
it, we don't care.
and you'll laugh. You will laugh at it. It's fucking hilarious.
Just
but-
don't watch it with your kids around. It's not a kid show. No. It's rated M for mature. Rated M for mature. Guys, Sean
Only the physical copy is.
Sean Lambs Fuller says, "Ooh, it's on." Can't wait to hear this 4K HDR debate. Mark, please rant about something, anything, please. Rant suggestions. Here he goes. Jesus' overuse of the word fuck. How about Ryan's Canadian accent, eh? Or Gunny's lack of dealing with customer service and getting what he paid for on his PC parts.
We've done those to death, Iams.
You know what?
Oh, here we go.
Screw Sean Iams, okay? Who the hell is he to tell me that I gotta come on here and rant just for his freaking amusement? Well, I don't insult Ryan or Gunny or Jesus just for his amusement? Screw you, Sean. I'm out of here.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, he left, dude. He physically left. If you're watching this on Facebook, he left.
How was that?
That was a good
That was
one.
good. That was
I
awesome.
hope I didn't blow everybody's ears out. I'm sorry
No,
if I did. I was trying to stay far enough back.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Love you, Sean.
And last but not least, Eric
My kids are
Smith.
sleeping upstairs going, what the heck? Dad's freaking out. My wife's probably going to open the door in a minute. My wife's probably going to open the door going, what is going on?
Eric Smith, last but not least, I think we already answered this. He said, what are loot boxes a way of gambling? Chad Brown replied to him, only if you pay for them. It's a good answer. So we already talked about that. But guys, you can always leave questions for us over at the Facebook Horrible Gamers Podcast community group. We also have a page, Horrible Gamers Podcast. That's the page. You like it, and you will see us go live on there every week. Saturday around 6 p.m.-ish Pacific time, around there. You'll see us live. Me, Ryan, and Gunny with our guest. Today was Wingman709 from this Xbox Live podcast. Arguably one of my favorite podcasts out there, because it's, like you guys said, it's no bullshit, man. Like, you guys don't sell out to other fucking companies or whatever. Like, you don't have Phil Spencer holding the puppet strings telling you guys what to say, you know. Now, I appreciate that. Your honest opinions really matter.
If Phil wants to send us some money, I'm more than happy to say anything they want me to say.
How many X's do you want us to sell this month?
I can be bought, just so you know. And Rob and Brun have stated the same. We're all for sale.
We're all for sale. They're paying that other old guy. What's his name? Major Nelson. They're paying him to do that right now.
Yeah.
But guys, with that being said, this is the end of the show. You can find me on Xbox Live, Gamertag, Jesus Walks a Lot. I'll be playing a lot of games this week. I'll be playing more Star Wars Battlefront. More of the other games that I mentioned this week. I'll be playing more Wolfenstein, of course, Assassin's Creed Origins, Battlefield, usual stuff, Titanfall probably, and all their other shooters. I need to get back to Call of Duty World War II to see if that'll hook me. It hasn't so far. The campaign was fun, but the multiplayer's lacking, I think. But yeah, find me on there. Go
find me on Steam and Xbox Live under Gunny Chief. I'll be still playing Assassin's Creed and Destiny 2, maybe some Battlefield as well.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan?
You can find me on X5, PSN, and Steam under Gib8777. And I'll probably be playing more pinball, more Shadow of War. Maybe tomorrow, some more Sea of Thieves, maybe, hopefully. That would be fun. And yeah, that's find me. What about you, Wing? Let them know where you can be found.
All right, I'm Mark, known as Wingman709. You can find me at thisxboxlife.com on the podcast. And you can also find me online at Xbox Live, pretty much about anything and everything I can afford to play. So if you want to hit me up for some Wildlands or, I don't know, Battlefront 2, those are the two things I'm really playing right now. Fortnite, I do want to play some, guys, some of you got, we need to do some Battle Royale.
Let's do that.
We need to get on some Battle Royale, man. If you're on tomorrow or tonight after this, I'm going to get on and game. And if you're on tomorrow, I'll game tomorrow with you. We'll play some Fortnite.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd play.
Yeah. I even need to get back into the regular game, but yeah. I'm on. There you go. And thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
We appreciate it. And guys, that is it. We're done. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll see you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. And we're out. We're out.
Brush your teeth and go to bed.
Bad.
I don't double check those questions, Gunny. I don't know if there's something missing.
All right.
Everybody keeps posting their Switch codes, and I never got them.
Oh, I always added them. I don't remember.
I just don't have time, people. They like post them when I'm at work, or I'm busy, and I'm gaming, and I'm like, I can't take time off of my Xbox to add it. It's tricky on the Switch because the A button is on the right where the B
Yes.
is. And to go back, you have to press B, but it's on the bottom where A would be on the Xbox. So it's like, stuff downloads fairly quickly on the Switch, dude. Like, I just downloaded those 2 games like right away.
Nice.
It's a me, Mario! Oh fuck! I was gonna add people on the Switch, huh? Iams is online on the Switch. Say what?
What's he playing? Golf Story?
No, he's playing Neon Chrome.
Neon Chrome. You don't need to be calm. You need to get hyped up, brah.
It's very soothing music.
You don't need soothing music.
Very calm right now. I feel very jazzed vibes.
Feeling the jazz vibes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of EA questions in there, guys.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that video I sent you?
No, I didn't see it.
Shut up.
Was it in the chat? I was
I saw
traveling.
most of it.
It's in the chat, man. It explains the EA and why EA should be getting all the hate they're getting, man.
All right, let me go see how
Fucking
much of it I can
research.
watch.
Honey. It's 22 minutes long.
Oh, Jesus.
Jazz music.
Jazz music. Jazz music.
Hey, hello. Guys, I'm having red call quality. Oh, it's yellow now. It's yellow.
Stop listening to your jazz music.
Hello, wingman.
What's up, Jesus?
Hello, Mark.
Hey, Henley, what's up? Y'all ready to get schooled?
I'm tired of commenting as horrible gamers.
We are getting ready to do a podcast. Are you ready, Jesus? Jesus.
Yeah?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
It wasn't a holiday for me, Alan.
A regular Thursday.
It was a regular day. Just
Fuck, I
another
can't comment
day.
as myself. This is so frustrating, dude.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wonder if I can do it. Oops.
There's a little button. You just click this little button right here. and
Oh, wait. I got it right here. Yeah.
No,
So I got it here
I'm
now.
not watching it.
Since
I'm
I'm
not
doing it
watching
from
it
here.
on the computer. I'm watching it on my phone.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. On me now. But I can't do it from the iPad.
What up, Harlan?
Hey, Buttercup. How you doing, honey?
How you doing, sweet thing? You know we do like we do. Jesus, did you watch that show I told you about? Godless?
No.
Oh, man.
Is that the puberty one?
No.
That's a different one.
Okay. Somebody
No,
was
no.
describing
This
that
one's
the other day.
That show's hilarious. That's Big Mouth or something like that, I think. But Godless is about it's set in Western times, and it's about this town that's pretty much run by women, except for one male sheriff, because all the men died in a mining accident. And there's this crazy guy going around from town to town just fucking slaughtering people. It's a really good show.